breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe alive. Tune in now, let's take this for a ride. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night
Oi,
show.
it's your round, get the whiskies in.
Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe alive. Tune in now, let's take this for a ride. Chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No strips, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No strips, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No strips, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe alive. Tune in now, let's take this for a ride. Chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guests drop by, we keep the vibe. Let's take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh. Welcome to the mash, shut up the lace to unwind. Three pals in a circle with music on the mind. Pour a glass of scotch and let the good times flow. Shoot in the breeze on the late night show. It's the mashup where the stories collide. Music and whiskey with laughs on the side. Guest drop. Take this for a ride. So pull up a chair, let's stir up the chat. The mashup is here for the chill and the chat. No scripts, no rules, just friends and their craft. Come hang with us, we're having a laugh.
Well, good evening. We're one musketeer down.
We've lost a
Snap
Billy.
my finger. Hang on.
Hey?
Your video's gone down, mate. Did you close something?
No, I did not.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As Billy gets his camera ready, we are live with the mashup for the first time in
We are.
2026.
It's your round. Get the whiskies in.
There he is. Billy
It's
has shown his face. Here he is. The one and only
Lou Vella coming straight in with the gifts and subs.
sensation. Love your work, Lou.
4 months. Thanks.
your
Thanks for the heads up there, Lou. That's amazing, mate.
Love to have you here,
So
Billy.
far,
and Metal. Let's do
back.
let's
We're
do
back.
our usual startup. Look, Max Horn in the house as well.
Maxie.
Good to see you, Maxie.
Hey.
Have we got any mods that can do any shout outs, maybe?
Yeah, I'm here.
I love the way Metal mods his own program. I think that's outstanding. It just shows the level that we,
Who's dropped
the
their
expense
card?
that's not spared.
Lou Vella with a gifted sub. Thank you for Max Horn. You're a legend, Lou.
Absolutely. Weather. So, what's the weather like in your neck of the woods, people? In Melbourne, how is the weather in Melbourne, Billy? What's going on?
Who's dropped
It's
their
not too bad.
card?
It's been fairly warm today. It's currently 21 degrees, and we've been about 22ish. We got an absolute stinker coming Saturday.
Really?
I think we're up to 41 or something on Saturday. I think,
Well,
if I remember
my God.
39. Sorry, 39.
I may
39.
You're having a hot one like we are.
I may
Yeah,
be,
39 on Saturday, so-
I may be objecting to that weather so much that I'm going to leave the country.
Who's dropped their card?
What?
Lou Vella on
39
fire again.
So what, you're going to leave 39 and 60% humidity for 39 and 90% humidity.
Let me tell you that I'm going to be trading. If it was today, I'd be trading 29 degrees with a high of
Who's dropped their
33 today. Let me just tell you, right now, we would have been at 30 degrees. A little bit cloudy.
Oi,
What's the
it's your
humidity
round.
like?
Get the whiskies in.
Humidity. 64%, and it's 54
Okay.
right here where I am right now
There you go.
in the
Similar.
studio. What about Sydney, Miss?
Mate, Sydney's looking
Mr.
pretty
Metal?
good up here for Jisky and myself. We've actually got a couple of dry days coming up. Where tomorrow's going to be 23.
Any day without rain in Newcastle is a good day, isn't it, Disky?
I'm
That's
sorry
it.
to say, but this Australian weekend, Jisky, we're going to be in the stinker hotter of a 35-degree day. But that's coming back from having a few days. And Monday, they've only just released the temperature right now, 27 degrees on Monday. All thanks to my my new Google Watch that I finally got myself up to 21st century, mate.
It's not bad enough that you guys are getting nibbled by sharks, like practically every day of the week down your side of the country. But now
it's just a small nibble. That's all it is. It's a taste tester before the big
if ever there
meat
was
fest that happens on the Monday when everyone goes to the beach on a stinker.
if ever there was the perfect advertisement for why not to come to Australia or Sydney in particular and go to the beach, let's go to Bondi. We've had a really good run recently. I'm not going to mention the first issue, but the second one.
I have a really funny joke that's not appropriate for Twitch, but if you come and listen to it afterwards, I'll tell you it. It's about sharks, and I think you'll enjoy the joke. I'm not going to do it on Twitch because I don't want to get a flag on us.
Come to Australia, where you might accidentally be killed.
That's it. Good to see Rebecca in the chat as well. We've just completed level 2 hype train, by the way, fellas.
We have. Woo-hoo! Yes, we're on a level 3 now, and it's at 5%. I've got it here in front of me, and Lou Vella, being the instigator of the hype train, mate, welcome in.
He is the train conductor.
Elijah come to Bondi, encourage the mother-in-law to swim.
He's dropped their card.
Oh, here we go.
It's
Elijah Crow. He's gifted us up
in.
to Elijah Crow. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Lou Vella. Absolute gentleman.
It is
The Godfather,
wonderful to see
Lou Vella.
all the regulars popping in as we go along.
Frankenstein, welcome in, champ. Thanks for the 100 biddies, buddy.
Thanks for the biddies, man.
That's cool.
Thanks for using the biddies for Billy.
He's dropped their card.
I know, right? Hey, Lou Vella's dropped another sub.
I think
for Frankenstein.
I don't know about you two guys,
awesome.
but are you as excited as I am about the new year and another year of the mashup? And it's going to be amazing. I mean, I'm just really excited.
111
I think.
bits.
Oh, thank you, Lou Vella.
111. Thanks so much. Look, I'm absolutely champing at the bit because
Mate,
I know we've Metal and I have been doing a bit of work in the background, and we've got a bit more to do. But we want to share some stuff with you when you get back from holidays. Don't want to spoil everything and reveal too much too soon. But we got some big ideas for 2026, and I hope everybody's ready. You better strap yourselves in, people, because it's going to be a big year. A big year.
I'm excited.
Also, when Paul comes back,
now
and when Paul gets back, the merch store is live. So now people can buy mashup merch, and all the money that goes from that we make will all be going back into the community for whether it's for gift subs for people or giving away merch during the shows. So if you guys haven't subscribed or haven't or want to help support the show, help us keep going and support more, please go check out the gift store. The link should be in the tiles below the screen.
It'll either be here, or maybe up there somewhere, or up there, maybe down there. I'm pretty sure it's down there.
It's just not in there.
I just wanted to clarify and ensure that we understand it. We'll every cent we get goes back into the stream right after it pays for our whiskey. Okay, just so everyone's aware.
You wish we had that much.
My whiskey.
You wish we had that much. Anyway,
yet another stream that I'm paying to do. That's okay.
Well, look. Put it this way: we have some cool news too with the Whiskey Club. I think I brought up in the last show, but I think that if you haven't already done it, Paul, the Whiskey Club of Australia has given us all promotional ability on their Facebook page.
Their card.
Oh, look at this!
Indeed.
Which is
Tier 1 gift sub to JBC. Oh,
awesome! Thank you, Lou Vella. Again,
He's dropped their card.
The Godfather.
And
Fantastic,
JB,
man.
JB
Great work.
in the house as well. Good to catch you, JB. Lovely to have you here. We were chatting last night. It was awesome.
But
Maxie Horn just asked. Sorry, Maxie Horn just asked, Paulie, did you get that link I sent you?
That's very cryptic. Max.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I did, Max.
Thanks, Maxie. Yes, he
I
did.
I can share this because it's related to the channel, etc. Maxie sent me a link to the Facebook page for is it the Barrel? There's another whiskey club, a Barrel Lane Whiskey Club.
Yep. The Barrel Whiskey Club.
Yep, that looks fantastic. Can I subscribe to 2 whiskey clubs each month? No.
Yeah, exactly.
But having said that, I did spend quite a bit of time reviewing some of the whiskies, and they have had some rippers on there. So I'm tempted, but no, one will do me.
It's funny actually, Paulie, because I nearly accidentally subscribed to that one instead of your one because I thought that was the one you wanted me to subscribe to, and then thank God I didn't. That would have been embarrassing, highly embarrassing.
That would have been
It would have been a barrel laughs. That's what it would have been.
Although we could have compared Barrel Lane whiskies to the Whiskey Club of Australia whiskies on our stream. That might not have been a bad thing, you know. It could have been, a winner. But hey, maybe if when we hit the big time, we could afford to have maybe a subscription to all the different different whiskey clubs, and then we'll taste each one.
Yeah, that's right. We're at level 4, 53%. Thank you very much. That's amazing to be first stream back with you guys helping us like that. Thank you,
Luke.
But yeah, so look, should we keep moving?
Absolutely. We've got Manny, ladies and gentlemen. So just before, hang on, can I get maybe the introduction to the introduction?
Introduction to the introduction.
Yes, indeed. Push the button. Push the button.
Well, I'm going to push the button. I will push the button in a second. But I think one thing I did want to say was about the Whiskey Club, just really quickly. They are following and watching us. So when we do the reveals each month, the photo will go straight onto their Facebook page. And the guys in the Whiskey Club, who both Billy and I have been in contact with, are super keen because they see that we help promote the channel, help promote them as well.
Indeed.
But yeah, so they're watching and they're really looking forward to seeing what we do tonight with the whiskey. So let's see what we got. And
I know exactly what we're going to do with it. We're going to drink it.
Can I get a malt whiskey and a half-price bra, please?
Is that the right one? I thought we were going to go with who's the guest of the week, Paulie.
That's the one I wanted. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, but I thought we're doing the Whiskey Club first before we...
We are doing that,
who we're going to
but he wanted to do the introduction before we go there.
Who is the guest of the week, Pauline?
Well, funny you should ask that, Looney, but it has to be Manny from the Guitar Show Oz. We're going to interview Manny. We're going to grill him, as we do, on a fork, over the hot coals, just like in Paul T. Cook's. Funny about that. Woo! And we're going to grill him. We're going to find out all about him and who's behind the Guitar Show Oz.
And Melos Custom Guitars.
Indeed.
Melos Custom Guitars. Indeed.
Stop stringing him up, boys. Come on, let's get on with the video.
Right.
Let's do it.
Whiskey.
I'm keen.
Meet you guys in the tasting room. You ready?
Are we going to get the truck to deliver our whiskey?
Let's
do it.
It is a delivery. Yes, it is. Hang on. You're right.
Barkeep, one whiskey, please.
Oh, look at this. Here we go. Billy's going to come
Billy, anything you like, just don't call him late to the party.
There it is.
Is it there?
That's right.
It's there.
Yeah, you're there.
I thought I dropped out again.
Oh, you always drop out.
No.
I know.
I don't know you guys, but hey, look, something arrived in the mail.
I know, right?
Oh, really? I got one too.
You mean we all got one?
Who's dropped their card?
It's amazing. All I want for Christmas is to get this thing open in one go tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, I just
Here
want,
we go.
Please
Let's do
work.
it.
Do one job.
Synchronize. 3, 2, 1, and tear. Oh yeah, I think mine did it.
No.
I did.
There we go.
9/10 of it.
Spa ordered the fiver.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa! Someone's just dropped a bomb.
Oh, the dog.
Blue Vela.
What? Oh, that sort of bomb. Holy Moses.
Yeah, a 5-bomb. Thank you, Mac. Sorry, thank you, Lou, you legend.
Oh,
Legendary.
here we go.
Oh, hang on. This is the first time I've seen this.
And I kept mine open.
Oh,
Come on, you
It didn't
two.
even come in the container.
Stop pissing about. Come on.
Got it.
It's the Glenmorangie 13.
It is indeed. I got the same one. Hang on. What's
Indeed.
Metal? Metal's got a bottle of... Yeah, Drano. That's what he's got. There it is. Oh, I know he hasn't.
Hang on.
He's got the right stuff.
Okay, Google. Lights bright white. Come on.
13. I'm going to defer to somebody who can read to tell us all about the whiskey that we've got here.
Changing 4 lights to bright white.
So,
Okay.
what's his reading? Oh, do we want to do the photo first?
Yeah, let's do the photo first. I'm just going to change.
Everyone
this
hold their
screen.
bottle up.
Give me 1 second, dude. This window, the lighting from that website page is drowning out the there we go. Whoop, let's go that side. Whoop, and
3, 2.
Got it. Yeah, all done. I've got the photo.
beautiful.
Before
So-
put the
Lovely
bottle
work.
to his mouth.
So basically, January 2026 from the whiskyclub.com.au, Glenmorangie 13-year-old Muscatel cask created exclusively for the Whiskey Club.
Muscatel.
This year is going to be absolutely massive at the club, and we are starting, as we mean to go on, with this outrageous dram from a 7-time world's best whiskey maker. We're always excited to start a new year off whiskey, but this is going to be something else. Thanks to our close friendship and long working relationship with Glenmorangie's whiskey maker, Dr. Bill Lumsden, we get access to a dram drawn from Dr. Bill's own secret stash of casks in the Scotch powerhouse Bond stores. He laid these casks down as a small pilot batch to evolve and improve the distillery's famed Nectar d'Or, and accordingly wanted to use cask type that they'd never used before. A dessert muscatel was the decision for its sweetness and fruit-forward nature and luxurious texture. Whiskey that had spent its life in American oak casks to this point had moved across to the Muscatel casks, and here's where we get to a fun fact about the bottle that's in our hand. Well, no longer in our hand, but has been. Almost all of it was first laid down in 2009. That means that after 9 years under Glenmo's usual delicious maturation regime, this tiny parcel of casks got a huge secondary maturation of 7 years in the lush, fruity Muscatel casks, making it a total maturation of 16 years. That overaged liquid really sings once you get it in the glass, showing off every single year of extra maturation to the full effect. So from a nose perspective, we should be experiencing lightly floral. I'm just doing a pour quickly. A lightly floral with waffle cone, strawberry creams, choc orange, and toffee. Whereas the palate tastes exquisitely Anzac biscuit, creamy vanilla custard, baked apples, clove, dark chocolate, stewed fruits, dark spice, and burnt caramel. So get some in your glass and enjoy all that goodness, but save some, because we're sitting down with Dr. Bill and Glenmorangie's master blender, Gillian MacDonald, for our January Club catch-up on Tuesday the 27th of January. So if anyone's about and wants to find out a little bit more about how the Whiskey Club do their stuff and how they get their scotches for their club members, 27th of January, folks. Lock it in your calendar. It's a date to remember. Tuesday after the public holiday.
I'm impressed.
Indeed.
I'm impressed that they've not only have they got a guy who very obviously knows how to make a whiskey. He's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So
He is a doctor.
so when he gets shit-faced, he's able to prescribe his own.
I'm not sure that he's that.
It's
It's interesting. Only
Yeah,
if he's
sure.
not a doctor of divinity, and then that would mean he's not a religious man. He's just highly spiritual.
Spiritual, yeah, exactly. I thought I just imagined a guy who was tasting his own whiskey and then needed a saline drip the next day could administer his own. I thought that was absolutely
Yeah,
sensational.
that's actually really cool. Very cool.
Are we going
indeed.
to taste this or what?
Yes, we are. I'm trying to open mine right now.
Right, let's have a crack. Let's get the top off. And
I love this is a nice and easy top on this one.
Yeah, it is. It's actually quite good.
nice.
Wow.
If we're going to rate the pop, are we?
The pop on that one.
That pop was great.
Yep.
The pop was sensational.
Yep.
Right, let's see how we go.
Let's go there again.
Let's go to my pop. Can I pop?
Next to the mic.
You're always popping off, apparently.
Well, you know how it is. Oh, I think
I
I'm
do.
going to go here.
Here we go.
So thank you to the Whiskey Club.
Thank you very much to the Whiskey Club.
I put a link in the chat already, but the Whiskey Club is based in Tasmania.
Are they? I had no idea. I thought they were based in New South Wales. There you
The
go.
Whiskey Club headquarters is actually largest being in Tasmania, but the Whiskey Club we can go to have a look at is in Sydney.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
Paul.
Okay. There you go.
I turned on a special mic
did not
just for
know
that. Don't stress yourselves.
Who's dropped their card?
That's got a beautiful
nice.
nose. That's got a beautiful nose.
The flavour is sensational.
Oh, hold
I
up,
haven't
fellas.
tried it yet.
I'm a bit slow.
I haven't tried it yet.
Pour
Well, I've only I finished off my Irish whiskey, my Bushmills, and I'm just giving it a little bit of a moment to
Right.
settle before I don't want to be too influenced by it.
I'm swirling. Ready for a sniff. The muscatel.
That is,
Muscatel is very prominent.
you get that
Fruity
dark
fruit.
fruit, the fruity aroma. It's really prominent and really forward.
You know what?
Definitely sits. It does not hit the front of the tongue. It actually hits the back of the tongue nicely.
I haven't stuck my
That's
tongue in
smooth.
it yet. You know what I get? What I get is you open
Wow.
a really, really nice aged tawny port.
Yep.
That's the whiff. I'm getting that
Yep.
that fruity, tawny port sort of nose, and then, but you can tell there's a punch coming.
It's almost like that. It's almost like that stewed fruit. You know, like that heavy stewed fruit.
And that, I've got to
Maturity.
say, is one of the more gorgeous coloured scotches we've had. And look, I know that you can have a really washed out looking scotch and it'll taste amazing, especially things like Ardbeg, etc. They're not particularly coloured, caramelly coloured, but that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right.
I mean, I
Have a
must
taste.
admit that's not far off that that Starwood Ruby that was in last month in terms of colour. But I tell you what, that tastes a million times better in my opinion than the Starwood Ruby. But yeah, that's a
I do
quality drop in my opinion.
absolutely. I do like
Quality
that
drop.
quite a bit. It's and the thing is, I think for me again, I find myself saying this regularly. It's not sort of an overly. There's a sweetness to it. It's not an overly sweet whiskey. And some of the bourbons for me are a bit that way. It's just a little bit too much sweetness going on. But that, yeah, I'm into that a great deal.
Yeah,
And
some of those. I think you're right,
CBV.
Paulie. Some of those bourbon casks can get a bit toffee forward in flavour, and
40
they tend to get that sweetness about them.
48.2.
But
We need to get onto the interview because it's going to get real.
yeah, that's
Is
it.
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 Any last remarks regarding the whiskey? And I got to say, huge thank you to the Whiskey Club of Australia for selecting such awesome stuff because this is it.
Indeed.
Look at that, absolutely sensational.
I don't think I've had I've been here since I think November, and I don't think I've had a bad one hit the doorstep yet. You know.
No.
There we go.
And it was like, how do you when they asked us what was the best drop of 2025, I mean, it was like, oh my god,
That was hard.
I picked 3, and then I went, oh my god, there's another 3 that I didn't even think about, and then it was like, how do you do it?
Well, it made it easy for me because I missed 2 of them. Remember last year?
I was also pleased that they that you didn't have to be naming the most popular whiskey in order to win the prize, because I just went, look, I can't be bothered going through all this. I'll just pick 3 that someone else picked and put them in.
Yeah,
Because I don't think we've had a bad one. There've been some that have been to me less. How would you say? Less what I would prefer, less what I wouldn't go out and buy them, and then there's been some clinchers, some killers. The Red Breast was a great one.
Oh, that Red Breast was amazing. Yeah,
there were quite a few that I have stuck over there in the whiskey corner on the top of the bar fridge, just waiting for friends to come around and go, hey, you need to try a little bit of this. You know what I mean? That's
Look, I'm sorry, Paul. I've been trying to come over and join you for some whiskey, but every time I try and leave work, it just stops me, mate.
I think the one that gets me is that you go, there are some real absolute ball terrors that they've sent us, and then you go, why didn't I double up? Why didn't I double up, right?
That.
And it's
double down.
I wish I'd doubled down on that order and then got a spare bottle for the shelf, right? But look, it is what it is. But,
absolutely. I just noticed Mayhem and Mystic is in the house. Is anyone that we haven't said hello to?
Has my camera frozen on your end, guys? Because it looks like I've frozen.
It's frozen on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll
Mayhem, welcome in. Just got home.
Hey, Mayhem.
Lou Vella's in, Conspiracy Guru's in, and Guitar Show Oz is in, apparently.
Funny about that.
Saying thanks to Lou.
That's awesome.
DB2, welcome in, DB2. Sorry, we were sort of mumble jumbling here. Welcome in to see you, JB, as you already said, Paul. And Brown Bear Gamer, hello, sir, with Max Horn. We're already giving a shout out for Max. I'm going to give another shout out for Brown Bear.
BBG in the house. Got to say a huge thank you to BBG. He helped me out with some video stuff, which I still haven't had a chance to look at, but very, very appreciative. A very, very clever man is BBG.
He is indeed.
Yeah. And Elijah Crow as well. Can't miss the
He's
Elijah Crow.
Their card.
So go check those guys out. Thank you, Lou, for another gifted sub to Mayhem and Mystic.
Lou,
that's awesome.
Lou Valley,
thank you, Lou.
An absolute legend. Thank you, sir. Much love. All right.
Beck, it won't work for you because you're not a mod in this channel. Sorry, Beck.
I'm going to grab myself some ice so that I can continue to drink the Glenmorangie as we get towards our. Are we ready to crack on and do our interview?
Should we?
I was going to. Can we play the video? That way I can step off and grab an ice block as well.
All right, now you'll need to bear with me a second because the video. Where would that be, Metal?
In our group chat that we have.
It's in our group chat that we have. Yeah, indeed.
Right. Okay. Yep. Give me a tick. I may have neglected to get that from the.
It won't take a second to download, mate.
No, it won't. It will not.
Plus, the poor guest has been sitting there, and I can see him on stream in Discord here with us. He's been here slightly.
The colours drained out of colours drained out of the green room. I think.
Yeah, we have to rename the room to be in the grey room because the green room has lost its colour. Yeah, no. Although it seems to have a lot of wood colours.
Oh, there is some wood grain.
So
wood grain texture
in the background. Maybe a little bit of was it red gums? Not red gums. What was one of the woods that was being used, Billy?
Bunya pine, and blackwood.
There we go. Blackwood. Yep.
Yep. Blackwood, and the butterscotch telly, of course. There's been another recent build. But,
hi, Mary. Welcome in.
I'm going to say I'm a fan of the Camphor Laurel. For me, it's a superb superb piece of timber with a lovely piece of figure and gorgeous grain. So, yeah. Two! Did I hear any advance on two?
Look, I can't say anything because I'm not a musician, but Polly.
Still looking for the video.
Oh, come on. It's in the chat. It's in the group chat.
Between you, me, and Billy.
I've got that up, and the
one with the
last
numbers on
post
it.
was from Billy.
Yeah, and scroll up like 2 posts, and there's a video right there.
There should be a video with the number 5 on it, or number 2 or something on it.
Yeah. Surely. It's still there.
One with medical
waiting.
saying your go.
No, there's two glasses. Yeah, your goo. Your
That's
goo.
the one. Right. Now that makes complete sense to me now.
I think it's supposed to say you're good, but it just says your goo.
Something appropriate like Manny's video would have been helpful. I've just been staring at it for the last 10 minutes thinking, what?
Guess what?
Oh,
Guess what?
Here we go. It's 30, 40, 45,
Pros,
50,
pros
55.
trimmer. Hard to.
Well, look, I'm just going to say in the meantime, whilst we're waiting, there's someone that's just done something in the stream tonight.
Who's dropped their card?
That's for you, Mr. Luvella, for dropping the card on the 5 bomb. Thank you very much, sir.
Boom. That's
All right.
it.
Since I always had the video, I just was apparently unaware of the title. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Guitar Show Oz. Here we go. Find your button, Paul.
Who is the guest of the week, Paulie?
Well, funny you should ask, but here we go. That's not going to work either. My buttons aren't working. Hold on.
So, he's got it.
Here we go. That's not the wrong one.
It's the wrong one.
That's also the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. Give it a second. Give it a second.
That was a neighbor's
You
car
got transition
backfiring.
finish.
Kenneth!
There you go. Now you can change it.
There we go.
There it is. We got it.
You shaved his head? My God! I wish I'd seen that. I'm going back to watch the VOD. Ha, that is awesome. Karen loves it. Karen, it's cake. You can eat it like this. Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Put it up, I'd say. Are you ready, guys and girls? Pretty? Beautiful warm colour. Oh, those scratches are gone. I'm so happy with that. I've done a pretty good job. There's a couple of little tiny ones. That's not bad. These are not the Trojans we're looking for. To quote a Star Wars. But drill a little hole, do a little dance. Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa. So it's all good.
Oh, hello. Papa!
What are you eating? What are you eating? Honey, come here. Come here. Feral chicken. That guy.
And there we go. Outstanding
Welcome.
work with the video there.
Gentlemen,
Here he is, Manny, ladies and gentlemen. Please, a round of applause. And
Manny Melos Esquire from Melos Custom Guitars in our wonderful city of Sydney. Sydney, the winner is.
Yeah, it is indeed. Thank you very much for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for reaching out, and I'm happy to be on the show.
pleasure to have you here, Manny. Absolute pleasure. And Metallicana, well done with the video. Thank you. Awesome work.
That was sensational.
Some of my best work. Absolutely, I reckon.
I love the dog.
I love the
Tipper
tipper tapper. It's my favourite.
My favourite takeaway was the up here for thinking, down here for dancing.
Absolutely. Everywhere in between for romance, and as they say.
I actually have never heard that last bit added on. My dad used to say up there for thinking, down there for dancing, but I do like that last part. May I use it?
Absolutely, 100%. It's not mine, mate. I just plagiarised it. Look, as you can tell from the video, it's all about having fun. So that's the theme.
Indeed.
You know, doing something we love, but also having a good laugh out of it. You know, getting a good laugh out of it.
Well, I got to say, I feel extremely privileged, and it's interesting because I don't think I would have stumbled across Paul or Metal or yourself if it hadn't been for probably, interestingly enough, a guest that we've had on previously, Orbiter Guitars. I think he might have rated into you one time, maybe, and that's how I found you. But I guess to start the questions off, Manny, where did the Guitar Show start? How was it born, and how close is it to what you were? How close is it now to what you originally envisaged so many years ago?
Okay, cool. That's a good question to start with. So the Guitar Show Oz isn't that old. Okay, the Guitar Show Oz, the persona of the Guitar Show Oz, originated when I started streaming about 5 years ago. What I have been doing though is, as an old muso that used to think I could play, and you know there was a little bit of playing and gigging in the day. I wanted to always make my own guitar. So in 2009 I did that, as any guitarist would aspire. A lot of them do say the same thing. They said, "Oh, you know, I've played Gibsons, I've played Fenders, I've played this, I've played that, but it would be really cool to make your own guitar, but I don't have the time because I'm too busy touring or whatever." I wasn't busy touring, really, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make my own guitar. A, because I wanted to. B, because it was a time in my life where I needed a distraction, something to clear my head. So in a way, the passion became a little bit of a lifesaver for me. It kept me in the game, and the passion only grew from that. So fast forward from 2009 to 2021, you know. Opportunity came up to stream this stuff live with technology and advancement, new property, great workshop arrangement. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start sharing this stuff. I mean, I'm sick of working in the workshop on my own. It'd be nice to have a buddy or two or three or 1,000 chiming in, sitting next to me, and we chew the fat while we work on things. And that's where it started.
That's awesome, man. And I feel so privileged to have. Obviously, I thought I must have come in way after you'd started this whole thing, but it seems that I caught you pretty much from the get-go. That's awesome.
You know,
that's brilliant.
The Guitar Show is the streaming element. The Melos Custom Guitars was the passion from the start. And where are we at? Well, we're learning every day. We get better every day with every build, and we're not there yet, but we're getting there. So that's the plan. At my age, I'm almost at the point where I could probably focus a little bit more time on it and really go a little bit harder at it. We're in an advantageous position because Australia has some of the best tone woods in the world. And
exactly.
You know, when you look at the Tasmanian and Queensland timbers, Western Australian timbers, you don't get better anywhere else in the world. That includes Europe and the United States, or North America, South America included. So
Indeed.
We're in a good place, and we just take it from there and see where we go.
Yeah, look, as my boss always said, you know, we don't aspire to perfection. Otherwise, we would probably never ever get to release our first model, right? And you know, I'm sure that you look at the first released guitar that you built for yourself, and you go, "Oh, actually, you know, if I cut a bit out of the belly and I shave a bit off the neck, I can get better reach on the bend on the notes and so on." And your whatever your, you know, let's call it the aquamarine, you know, if for want of a term, if that's your guitar, you know, aquamarine 1 compared to aquamarine 6 has vastly changed, right? It's all about iterative change. So
Yeah, continuous improvement, continuous
Indeed.
development. None of us are perfect. That's just human nature. We're not perfect.
Indeed.
And it's not about becoming perfect. It's about aspiring to just do better. So for me, it's driven very much by an artistic love, a love for flair and something a bit quirky. I do spend a lot of time working on artistic ideas as well as just the functionality of the guitar. I don't just build guitars. I want them to be different. I want them to be kooky.
Yeah.
I made a denim covered
I love the denim one.
a V, Gibson Flying V, covered in denim. It's got back pockets and everything. It's like a pair of jeans on a guitar.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of kooky shit that, you know, that I really appreciate, because it just challenges you to think outside the square and just take it wherever you want to take it. So,
Manny, just quick question. When you started on this journey of guitar building, and you've talked about how passionate you are about that, what was your first guitar build? What was the first thing you turned your hand to?
it was a Telecaster. I found a piece of blue gum or red gum. I can't remember. It was as heavy as a sea anchor. And I didn't chamber it either. But, well, actually, I did. I did chamber it. But I made that. It was an old swing seat from about 1940. It was hardwood. Wow. And someone gave it to me because I was in the shed pacing up and down wondering what I'm going to do with my life. And they said, look, he was a carpenter and a tradesman. He lived next door. And he said, take this, do something with it. I said, okay. I looked at it, I thought, you know what? If I cut this in half, butt it together, that's the right size for a telly. So I built a telly. It's in the workshop. Next time someone tunes into a stream, I'll pull it out and show you the body. It's been
great.
I actually did finish it. I actually played it, and then I stripped it because I wanted to just. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it's still there. I love it. I'm not getting rid of it. It's build number 1. It's 2009.
That's very cool.
You know, it's 17 years old now. So
yeah.
Very cool.
I have an affinity for tellies. I do like them. So
yeah, indeed.
Lou Vella's just popped up in the chat and said, "You're a young man, Vanny."
I'm a young man. I'm 60.
Lou Vella says you're a young man, Manny.
I'm 60 this year, so
same here, Manny.
But I'm young at heart. Let's put it that way.
I'm 21 with 39 years experience as well.
That's what, and the experience is all that matters, my friend.
That's it.
It's just a number. I don't subscribe to the number thing and the age thing.
Me either. And we say young at heart, but it's actually here.
That's it.
Absolutely, 100%.
Haven't aged a year since I hit 21.
No. Me either. So anybody that's tuned into a Manny stream would know that Manny's got some very classic sayings. Some of those have been turned into emotes. Cheers, big ears. And here we go. Cheers, big ears. Here's cheers to Rowan the lawyer, and may he manifest soon in Ballarat. Where do they come from, and which one does the chat often quote the most?
Cheers, big ears has been shared across Twitch. you go into my control panel, you look at my streamer panel, control panel, and it says the most widely used emote or whatever across the whole of Twitch is cheers, big ears. The other one is bugger lugs. I often use bugger lugs.
The one that I love the most is here's looking up your old address.
That's when.
It tickles my fancy every time.
It's a good one. The cheers, big ears was a response to a request to hydrate. So I've got So, you know,
Jeez,
regime
Jazz
of hydration.
Biggie.
It's not working hard sometimes, and it happened, I think, during one of the 24-hour builds for the Children's Hospital. So I built a Telecaster in 24 hours, didn't sleep, just powered through. And they said, you better hydrate. I said, okay. So I grabbed it. I went, cheers, big ears. And they said, cheers. And I went, here's looking up your old address. Just came naturally.
I remember it. Yeah.
So, you know, I've been using it ever since. It's one of the catchphrases, and people like that. My recent favourite, or as my streamers would tell you, the recent favourite they like is when I'm looking down a neck or I'm looking at the frets, and I go, that's as straight as a dog's hind leg. The Americans love that saying. They stop, they pause, they freeze, they think about it, and then they go, right, okay, got it.
Because theirs is crooked as a dog's hind leg. So when you say it's straight as a dog's hind leg, you're going, what? What do you mean it's straight?
And that's the pun. That's the play on
words. Yeah,
I've got to say, I think Manny is easily he's the king of the Aussie slang and introduces that to the rest of the world like nobody else can. I'm interested in something that you were talking about, Manny. You were discussing a charity build. Tell us about your charity stuff, because that's really interesting and incredibly for you taking the time to spend doing that sort of thing is amazing. So please fill us in.
Absolutely. So what happened was it started with my first anniversary of my streaming life, or my streaming experience. Year one of being on Twitch, I thought, you know what, to celebrate the anniversary, I'm going to build a guitar in 24 hours. So a telly or something simple, simplistic. Doesn't include the finishing, of course, but it'll be all strung up and played on stream in 24 hours. From a raw wood to a finished guitar played on stream. And I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to auction it off. So the auction's going to run from the start of the 24-hour period right to the end. And then I'm going to, that money from whoever wins it is going to get the guitar. The money goes straight to the kids' hospital in Westmead in Sydney. So I thought that's
awesome.
I've done 3 of those, and I've done a couple of giveaways as well, where I've just given it away.
I think that first one went to Jake Green Guitars, didn't it? Was that the first one?
I can't remember.
Jake Green?
There was a giveaway that went to Jake Green.
It might have been a giveaway. Yeah, it might have been a
There
giveaway.
was a little bit of a problem with that one, I remember. He had an issue with the bridge, but it might have been damaged in transit, because I think he's in Sweden or somewhere.
No, he's overseas.
There's always, and I've had another one that's damaged in transit to the US, but look, that's the risk. That's the risk of the game. I mean, you're shipping across the world. I'd love to provide more for Australian players, but the market here is very small compared to the rest of the world. So, and there's a lot of players in the boutique market here in Australia. So, I'm still got to figure that one out. But at the moment, I just love doing what I'm doing. So I'm just doing it for the love, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, considering that you can say that the guy that you sent it to, he certainly bridged you on the idea of it being broken in transit. So
that was my excuse. That was my excuse anyway. So we'll just
hang on. Does somebody have the sound effect? Ba-dum.
No, I do, but I'm not going to do it.
No, that's all right.
Go on.
The best one is Max.
Damn it, Tally, I said don't.
Yeah, indeed. So
That's part of it.
talking about those builds might have gone a little bit awry. Maybe not so much the postage side. Have you ever had a build where things went off track, or chat completely changed your mind? And I know that this is a yes, because I've seen some of these. But talk us through some of them.
So there's one where I'm making an acoustic, and with the difference between an acoustic and electric is which fret crosses over onto the body, right, where the neck joins. So most acoustics are at the 14th fret, most electrics are around the 16th fret. So this is an acoustic that's crossed over on the 16th fret.
Oh.
Okay. So we could turn it into a baritone, but I didn't do that. I ripped the neck out and just built another neck because I had the shit. But you get that. It happens from time to time, and that's part of the. It's part of the focus that's needed. I think it's quite a precise science. Necks and frets and fretboards are the reason why guitars are playable. The bodies could be made of concrete or pencils or Lego blocks. It doesn't matter. Yep. It's the neck and the bridge and where the string endpoints are. That's what makes, a vibrating string is what makes the sound. If you don't have a neck holding that string and making it vibrate the way it should be, and shortening and controlling the length of where that note is, you're done. You may as well make slippery dips. I
was just going to say it's where art and that artisan approach meets science and particularly math.
Exactly.
Yeah. Correct.
So you've got to have that discipline, that artistic.
A Lego guitar from Blue Bella.
Oh, look, you've seen some guys have made, and electric guitars are a little bit more forgiving because they're wired up, right? So pickups do the work. But, you've got guitars, if you look at the internet, you'll see guitars made of pencils, matchsticks, crayons, you name it, it can be done. But what I've really started to focus on is things like this. This is a customer's, as I said earlier on off stream. That's the latest commission that I built for a guy that likes country music. That's all Australian timbers. That's Tasmanian blackwood sides and back, bunya pine, rosewood board, rosewood bridge. That's about it. And that's the kind of thing that that I'm loving doing now. The acoustic. Thanks for days.
Yeah, stunning.
I love your use of Australian timbers too, Manny. That's sensational.
It's one of the reasons I.
Oh, we might have lost.
I think we lost Manny.
I think we lost Manny. He's locked up. Just quickly.
Well, we'll just wait for him to come back. But in the chat we had Brown Bear Gamer say, so presuming that the guitar would work, what is the most exotic material you'd like to make a guitar out of?
Are we there again, guys? Are we back?
We are.
I think we are. We are indeed.
Yeah, there we go. So we had a message in the chat for you, Manny, whilst you talked there. They said, so presuming that the guitar would work, that's the first factor. What is the most exotic material you'd like to make a guitar out of?
Okay. There's two answers to that question. The most exotic material that I've made a guitar of is Coca-Cola from Brazil and American Purple Heart.
Yeah, Purple Heart.
And also the other exotic one, because it's not common in Australia, is American Redwood. Those massive brig.
Yeah. Sequoia. Yeah.
So I helped my daughter make a Year 12 project. She made a 6-string completely out of American. The body and the sides and the top it's softwood though, so it's like cedar. She made it out of American Redwood. It sounded like a 12-string. It was beautiful. So I thought they're the most exotic, probably. Now the one I hate the most is the Purple Heart, because it's so A, brittle, B, heavy, subject to quick drying and cracking. So what one thing that doing this for fun or for a living has taught me is I've learned a hell of a lot about wood and what species are suitable and which ones are not. And then there's things on top of that. How do you cut them? Which cut? Water sawn, flat sawn, this sawn, that sawn. So there's so many factors, but they're the ones, if that answers the question. Coca-Cola and ironically, both of those are probably the most toxic woods to use. So you're exposing yourself to the toxins.
Carcinogens.
Wow.
More like neurotoxins that could paralyze you.
Yeah, wow.
You got to do it in a ventilated area with the right, masking, right body protection. It's the oils are very, very hypoallergenics, and people have had anaphylactic reactions to them. So you've got to research a little bit about the wood before you start using it, and that's one thing that I do. Look into what I should be using. Tasmanian blackwood on the back of that acoustic is one of those woods. It's quite toxic.
Yeah, it is very toxic.
It is, but you've just got to do the work and prepare properly. Yeah.
Indeed.
I love blackwood. That's one of the exotic woods that I love using.
Blackwood's stunning.
Yeah, and
absolutely gorgeous.
It's a big Aussie wood, and I love it.
Yeah. Blackwood back and sides has become such a big thing. Cole Clark and I know Cole Clark and Maiten have both produced guitars with Tasmanian Blackwood. My dad has as well. Interestingly, the most recent addition to my collection from my dad was he did an SG copy with a laminate, a veneer of Tassie Blackwood across the top, book matched. Just gorgeous looking timber, just gorgeous.
Yes, it's stunning.
I've got a hybrid. I've got a hybrid SG build right here just for you, Paul.
Oh, here we go. We're going to be getting guitars and showing them off. I can see this coming to my way.
He is. Yes, he is.
So this is silky.
Hang on. Is this is Manny's cam?
It's a little bit fuzzy
pixelated?
on the stream.
Pixelated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it pixelated your end, Manny?
Not in Discord.
Okay.
Let me
That's interesting.
see if I can fix it my end before.
That's a hybrid, which is like a Strat staggered horn, but an SG shape. It's got a flamed Queensland maple cap on that, if you can see that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So I do like the SG.
Just refreshing. Sorry, folks. Just hoping
Good,
that would
good.
fix it.
Look, I've dropped out a couple of times. There might be the internet at my end, but I think Discord looks okay to me too. So that's a SG flavoured, staggered, like a Strat stagger horn, as opposed to the SGs that have the uniform horns at the same level.
Yeah.
That's one of my signatures. Signature models. I do like the SG that looks.
Who's
like
dropped their
or
card?
like a Strat. As horny as a Strat, but an SG.
It's gorgeous.
Anyway, exotic woods are great, Paul, as your dad would know.
Who's dropped their
I'm sure he's got
card?
some of the best in the world.
I think from Dad's perspective, I've lost. No, he's back. It's all about. I guess it's about the story and what's behind the timbers and the builds, and so my butterscotch blackguard telly that my dad built for me was the first electric guitar he built for me. The body of that was made from a slab of Banksia from our front yard in the house I grew up in. So it's all about, for him, it's all about picking a timber that has a story to tell, that has some history to it. Is that something that factors into your builds, Manny?
Absolutely, yeah. Some of my first builds were made from reclaimed or salvaged timber. I made a beautiful butterscotch telly with a 100-year-old beam of Douglas fir.
Oh wow!
So that was the grain on that was stunning, and it's a beautiful piece to make something like a solid body out of. So yeah, that Douglas fir was lovely, and that's gone to a guy who still plays today. That was about maybe 12 years ago. Salvage timbers are important. Kauri pine. I'm looking at some old salvaged Kauri pine for acoustic guitars. If I can find a 200 or 150-year-old piece of wood like mahogany, I'm going to use it. It's the old Red Special story, Brian ripping Dad's, that old mantelpiece, that old fireplace mantel off, and putting probably the most iconic guitar in the last
in the world. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. Yeah,
So
exactly.
Absolutely, Paul. It's all about if we can find vintage old stuff that's reclaimed and recycled. Absolutely, it's the best conditioned timber and dry.
It's funny. I've actually got a question now based off the fact that you were talking about that red gum or blue gum or whatever you were talking about before that you said was the heaviest timber. Living in Tasmania all my life, I've always loved Tasmanian blue gum, and I had the opportunity to buy a slab from out back behind the airport out at Mansfield. I don't know. Anyway, it's out behind the airport. Mansfield, I think it is, out behind the airport. And anyway, I brought it home, and it had been out in the weather, and I sat it in my garage for months and months and months thinking, it must be just the rain that's gone and the moisture that's made this heavy. And then after it had dried out and I put my moisture meter over the top of it, I picked it up, and I don't think it actually weighed any less. And I thought to myself, damn, the grain is sensational on this, but I can't use it as a guitar. No, there's no way I can use it with the grain. What are your best recommendations for me to use it now?
You could always sell it to Gibson because it's probably as heavy as a Les Paul.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, okay. Because I've got a
shipping to Michigan, Kalamazoo.
I've got a Les Paul body here at the moment. I might just take a template of it and just make one for the wall because I think the grain in it is absolutely stunning. So even if I just turn it into a wall piece of art, it might be okay.
I am a Fender player. I do like playing the Fenders more than Les Pauls, but I do love the look of the Les Paul. And I thought I do make a signature called the Aurora. It's a take on the Les Paul, but it's a typical Les Paul like carved top set
Shop, yeah.
But it's completely hollowed out, chambered on both sides. So you may have seen that. I've got an example.
I have, yeah.
Show you. So I've gone for more traditional timbers here with a mahogany body and neck. Actually, that's an Australian rosewood neck, but I've gone for that, that flame maple. But it's a lot lighter because it's chambered on both sides. Yeah. There's an island in the middle there. It's even chambered around the back. So I hollow everything out. I call it a bridge island so that the wood stops about there. It doesn't go all the way through. We lose another couple of 100 grams of timber taking that. But that's a nice chunky, typical Les. A bit of weight in it, but it's not as heavy as say an original Les Paul. But
gorgeous looking guitar, and I love the whole concept of chambering. I just can't hold anything up that's heavy anymore. That's fantastic.
Now, for everyone that's in the chat at the moment, Manny's socials will come up now. So click on those links if you want to get in touch with Manny.
Yeah, please do.
And watch him. Please do. We're enjoying having him here tonight, and we'd love for you guys to show him and his community the love, even if you are from his community, because these are the reasons why we do the mashup.
So tell us, Manny, what days do you normally stream and what times live on Twitch?
So Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time would be a midday, and it'd be on a Monday, a Thursday, and a Friday.
Sweet.
That's the usual. That's the aim. Sometimes that changes because of last minute things, but I always update my schedule. So if you get to Twitch, have a look at my schedule. It'll be there 24 hours before I stream, and you'll know I'm on. If I commit to the schedule, you know I'm going to be there.
Manny, I have a question for you. Technical question for you. Have you got a Discord server?
I don't. I'm part of one called Luthier Uprising, which is a bunch of, which includes people like Greg from Orbiter Guitar, Hank Budd from Canada, who was another luthier that no longer streams, unfortunately, but he is busy. I met those guys during that time when I started streaming, and there's Luthier Uprising. You can find us there. I don't have a server of my own as such. I just don't have the time at the moment to manage that sort of community.
That's fine.
What you
I can throw you the link to that one, Metal, if you like.
Yeah, Luthier Uprising. Do that, Billy. I've got it as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
We've got all my streams on Twitch are then submitted to YouTube for playback in 15-minute increments. So a 1.5 hour stream would typically produce 6 or 8 15-minute clips, and they're available on our YouTube channel with Guitar Show TV. So please like and subscribe when you get a chance. We're trying to grow that channel.
Yeah, so the link in the channel there for Manny there. Click on that and go and give him a subscribe and a follow. It's free on there. Give him a like and check out his clips and vids the same way you guys do for us. So and on that note too, the VOD will be up after the stream. So if you missed something at the start and you've just come in, you can rewatch it because we haven't activated the rewatch feature on the stream just yet.
I have to jump in here and say, Mayhem of the Mystic, who's currently in the chat, and she's very, very, very interested in guitars and particularly acoustic guitars. Would like your take on this. Mayhem says that he has he had any experience working with Tanglewood, and it's commonly paired with spruce is with a question mark. So perhaps you could clarify maybe brands versus actual timbers and where all that fits in.
Yeah. Did you say Tanglewood?
Yeah,
That's a brand. That's a brand, isn't it?
It is indeed.
I've got a Tanglewood guitar. I've got a Tanglewood guitar.
I guess I wanted to highlight the fact that if you're somebody walking into it, and this is where you can really give some expert advice, Manny. If you're a aspiring guitarist walking into a music shop and trying to navigate your way through guitars that cost anything from, I guess, $200 to $2,000 or $20,000.
Or $20,000, yeah.
What is it that a aspiring guitarist should be looking for, bearing in mind that we're walking into a music shop and it's not going to be obvious whether a guitar has a solid top or not, or a laminate top, whether the back and sides are solid or laminate. All those things that go into making a quality instrument. But perhaps you could shed some light on that for us, Manny.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's two things that I would do, and I'd approach it two different ways. Let's talk about an acoustic guitar. Okay? Electrics are a bit more forgiving, okay, but acoustics are very, very. So the first thing you need to do as an aspiring guitarist or as a accomplished concert guitarist is understand and know what your tone is, what you like. Or you would relate to this. You know what an acoustic sound that you want to produce sounds like. So you have this idea of how bright you want it to be, how bassy you want to be, how loud. So there's aspects of sound. How bright do you want it? How high the notes should be? How much ringing? How long should those notes ring? How deep and how voluminous? How loud? Then you go into the store. You pick a few guitars and play them. Okay. When you get a sound that is close to what you want or feel that it might be the right fit for you, ask, and this is a test on how well the supplier knows his instruments. Ask them how it's braced. In other words, inside the top's going to be spruce 90% of the time. Okay? But how is it braced and what is it braced with? What kind of brace pattern does it use? Now you can look inside the guitar hole, if it's got a hole, and you can have a look yourself. But if you don't know these things, this is something a good guitar retailer should know, especially if they work closely with the manufacturers or the luthier. So find out the brace pattern, find out what that means for you, find out there's also guitar tops are tuned. The amount of brace or the wooden frame inside the top that keeps the top from collapsing under the stress of the strings also provides the tone or the note, the tuning of the top. I factor something in about a G or a G sharp, so ask them, what is the top tuned to? A tap test. Most luthiers will tell their supplier that my guitars are tuned to this note. Many people don't think about that, but it is that. It is like that. But firstly, understand.
Oh, far out.
That's the biggest French bulldog I've ever seen.
Who brought the bunny in?
We possibly should have warned Manny before the stream that there was a very good possibility that we may have a special guest drop in on Billy, who regularly tests Billy's his heart arrhythmia. Billy has a bit of an issue with his heart, so he often has people dropping in just to see how he's going. Make sure his heart's working. Go on,
we call it a safety check for a reason, right?
Absolutely. That's the cutest French bulldog or rabbit or whatever it was I've ever seen.
Has anybody? Did you say rabbit?
No, you said rabbit.
I just got to reach for my nitro because I tell you, I'm coming down off. Fucking
so
hell.
hopefully that answers the question. Understand what sound you want, but ask those questions of the retailer.
Indeed.
Yeah.
How's this braced? What are we talking about? How is it braced? What is it tuned to? The top, that is. Is it designed for mid-range? Is it designed? What is the luthier's philosophy? What is his philosophy? Is he doing it?
I would almost guarantee you that most music shop employees would not be able to answer those questions. However,
Won't have a clue.
if
And that's
you
the
happen
point,
to be,
Paul. We're trying to establish a better level of understanding.
Yep. If you go to the Acoustic Centre in Melbourne, you're likely to find sales staff who can answer those questions. Your average music shop. One of the things that I said, and you could confirm as this is an approach to a aspiring guitarist. One of the things that I mentioned was when you go into a music shop, ask them to play the guitar for you and listen to it. Because that, to me, if you're playing the guitar, and particularly if you're new to the instrument, then what you're hearing is not necessarily the best the instrument has to offer. Having a guitar store employee play the guitar for you and being able to listen to that instrument and play multiple instruments for you and listen to them and find one that speaks to you, I think is a great way.
Speaks volumes. Absolutely.
Yeah, a great way for an aspiring guitarist to get themselves familiar with what they're about to purchase. So that was kind of my take on that. And we won't even get into electronics because it's a whole other thing. But
whole new level.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Paul. And the way you can explain it to aspiring guitarists is, where is your audience? They're 20 feet away, 30 feet away from you in that direction. Get the guy to play it. Go stand at the back of the room and see what it sounds like, because that's what it's going to sound like at the gig.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. That's a great way to look at it.
Billy, you want to go next?
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's sort of reverse back a bit.
Sure.
And we've got all the way back to the Children's Hospital 24-hour telly build. Okay, what was the best moment, and what was the worst moment in that build?
Okay, the worst moment, I think it was build 2, if I remember. Desert Rose, it was called.
Oh, I remember Desert Rose.
Is the router slipped and I tore the shit out of my thumb.
Yep, I remember that.
And I bled. Literally, each one of those guitars has got my blood, my DNA in it. Literally, which is a pretty cool touch. Just don't tell the owner. But
I think they know now.
Look, they saw it on stage. That was a bit harrowing, because I ploughed through and finished the job, and no pun intended. But then as soon as I did that, I paused the stream, blacked out the screen, and went away and dealt with it, because it was a pretty deep cut in my thumb on my left.
Yeah, it was. I actually remember that. I remember that stream, and you were gone for a good while.
Well, I strapped it up. It didn't need stitching. I strapped it up, came back and finished the guitar that night. But the best moment was coming back on my first. Was it my first one? No, it was my third one. Black Rose. Remember the telly with the black?
Oh yeah, the Black Rose. Yeah, I remember that.
Probably the best one I made.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
That had engraved roses all over it. That had a dark tobacco and black burst finish. And the best part about that was when I returned at about 6 a.m., Terry, my moderator, stayed up all night and watched the stream that was on pause and made sure it didn't crash.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't she a gun?
She's the best.
She's been an absolute godsend, and I remember her right from day one of me coming into the stream. She's been so amazing, and and I can't say how lucky our streaming community has been, and the people that we have within our friendships, how lucky we've been with our mods, because Paulie's obviously got Brizey, and how wonderful is she? We've got Metal, and a bunch of people in the background, and let's face it, I don't do much streaming, but you guys who do a hell of a lot more than me, we couldn't do it without the mods, and
They're great.
yeah. Absolutely.
She was falling asleep, and And Dana, a young lady from Kansas as well, was with her.
Yes, yes.
Morally supporting each other, keeping each other, putting the matchsticks under each other's eyelids.
Yeah,
And I got back at 6 a.m. ready to finish. I had 6 hours to go, midday to midday. And they said, we've been up all night. The stream's been running. You're good. You've got 9 hours or 8 hours of blackout, but that's, we edit that later on. But she goes, we're falling asleep, but we want to hear her. So they stayed on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That was the best moment for me, just to see the dedication and the appreciation and the passion of these people to want to see it through with me. That's what makes you want to do it.
Indeed.
That's what makes you want to through.
Paulie, have you got any other questions?
I'm going to look. I've got a million questions for Manny. Honestly, we could be here all night.
I was going to say we can go question for question if you like.
Absolutely.
Who's dropped their card?
Manny, just curious in terms of your clientele with your commission builds. Is that a large part of what you do, or are you building more?
No.
For I guess the models that you have designed, or you're doing more custom builds for people? So
most of the builds that I've made or commissions have been my own signature builds. I have sold a couple of requests like, can you make me a PRS and I want it blue and I want the birds to be red or whatever. Yeah, I can do all that. I can copy a PRS. That's not what I'm about. And in some cases, I've actually turned that away. Okay, no, that's not what I do. I don't just copy a guitar. I get an inspiration from the classic guitars that Leo and Les Paul came up with.
Yep.
And many other legends of the instrument. But what I want to do is put my own twist on it and make it viable and workable and playable. More importantly, so I like to do quirky things with them. And that's what I think, that's what I want to sell. My idea, my artwork, my hybrid, my tweak is what I'm in the market for. Anyone can make a Les Paul and sell it. I mean, that's just a Gibson, right? China are doing that every day. Indonesia are doing that every day. I don't want to do that. People ask me all the time, you're a luthier, can you make me an Ibanez, RG 750 or whatever? No, I can, but that's not what we're here for. So, to answer your question, I do it and I make enough money to pay for itself. I can't make a living. I wouldn't be able to pay off a mortgage, say, for example, or make a living out of it as such, because I'm not expensive and I'm not the cheapest, but I'm not the dearest. But it's not designed for me to. It's not my full-time job. And if it's more of a love, an art, a hobby that pays for itself for me. But I do appreciate that people appreciate the effort and the skill and the artistic flair that goes into them and are willing to pay for it. That's all I ask for.
I think
there's a question from Shorey in the chat.
Yeah.
They've asked, do you get neck thickness requests?
Absolutely. I have a standard neck thickness and radius, so I keep it generic for most players, and that's a 21 millimeters at the second fret and 12-inch radius. But if you want a 15-inch 7-string with a thicker neck at the base or a compound radius where it's thicker at the back and thinner at the we can do all that. And part of my engagement with the player is I bring them along on the design and the build process. I have them there every step.
As you should.
Absolutely. So we sit down together, we go through a big spreadsheet of potential choices we need to make, boxes we need to tick, colours, themes, artwork, resins, materials. What else do you want? Native timbers, classical timbers, traditional timbers, rare timbers, no timber. We go through that. And then we talk about mechanics. How do you play? What's your genre? What do you want? Do you want it to be loud? Do you want it to be dirty? Do you want it to be clean and dirty? Do you want to play blues? Do you want to play this, that, the other? All those things, the player is taken on the journey, and that's why streaming is so important, because they can sit at home and they're in the workshop with me. They're watching me do it for them.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They can chime in at any time. It's a really, really great tool to help that process. So that's how I do it. I try and bring everyone along on the journey.
I tell you, I remember when I was watching you previously, and this is a question off the cuff. It's not in the list. I think it was Glow Stick Willie. You were building a guitar for Glow Stick Willie back in the day. I never ever caught the end. Whatever happened? Was it Daryl from Glow Stick Willie? Was it Daryl?
Let me think of his name.
I can't think of his
I
name.
just need to
Can't think of his
interject here
name.
and say, Billy, Billy, did I hear you correctly? Did you just ask about the tip of Glow Stick Willie?
No. Glow Stick Willie.
His name is J-Mo.
J-Mo. Yeah, that's it. J-Mo.
Yeah, so what happened was I made him the first hollow body Purple Heart, full Purple Heart.
Correct.
It got shipped to the States. It got broken in transit. It got sent back. I made him another one, and I sent it to them, and he played it. He played a concert with it.
Oh, wow.
And he also played it. He also played it on stage at his wedding.
Oh, seriously, man? Oh, that's insane.
It is.
And he sent me the video clip. So I've got
that is amazing.
Is that on your YouTube, dude?
I don't have it there, but I could probably put it up for you guys if you're interested. I could probably throw it in the Discord.
Man,
metal.
Yeah, chuck it up. We'll chuck it up here in the Discord, and then there can be a Discord.
I've got to say that's outstanding, as was not going down the path I was leading.
No, I'd love to see that, dude, because I saw all the way up to the end. I think you'd started you're about to ship it, and then I think that was I lost some time of seeing your streams, and then I remember sort of catching up a bit later on, but never really caught up with the end story. Yeah, that's.
For a bloke who works from home, you get to watch a lot of streams, Billy.
I beg your pardon?
I just said, I've got to say, for a bloke who works from home, you tend to be able to watch a lot of streams that I don't get to watch because I'm working.
Well, the phone's on a lot of the time, and I'm lurking with the volume down. But so you But yes, I do get to see a few. Yeah, tree full of owls up here, mate. Tree full of owls. Tree full of owls up here.
Or clearly needs to work from home more often.
The closest I get to watching anything, I think I've caught Manny maybe once or twice, as I pinched my half an hour lunch break and ran out to the car and sat with my phone in the car watching Twitch as I'm having my half hour lunch break, and there's kids literally at the other side of the fence going, "Hey, he's in his car, he's eating McDonald's, he's watching Twitch." So I just don't get to do that.
That's gold. So we've all seen what happened to me a moment ago with the ugliest looking pit bull French bulldog that's ever been seen on Twitch. A rabid bunny that we thought was a bulldog.
Right. Yes.
Or whatever. I'm not quite sure what it was, but anyway, it was a tiger hare's whatever. Anyway, what's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's ever happened mid-build on stream?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Let me think about that.
Whilst he's thinking about it, the funniest moment we've had on stream so far is Billy when he decided to come out with a...
I will have a full body wax.
I've got to say, in answer to Shory's question while Manny's thinking about shaving a neck down, the neck that is on one of my tellies that I ordered, I specifically ordered the neck and got something that wasn't quite exactly what I thought it was going to be. So I had Dad work on that. The neck was too chunky. He went to work and hand sanded that until it was the profile that I wanted. And I think as a player, and again, Manny, you can chime in with this. The neck profile for a guitar and the way that it feels in your hand is absolutely 100%. Aside from the tone. In fact, I would say it's more important, because if it doesn't feel right, then it could sound good, but you still can't play it.
Now, Paul, I dropped out, so you're going to have to ask that.
Hey, no, Manny's cam just came back and it's absolutely crystal clear.
It looks
Fantastic
great
work.
My internet's dropped out a couple of times. So, Paul, about the thickness, you're saying about shaving a neck down, is that right? Playability?
Yep.
Well, look, for a player, it's got to feel right, okay? For a luthier, it's got to work. It's got to be intonated and tuned correctly. It's got to stay in tune, minimal movement, all that. But the thickness is, the luthier doesn't care if it's a baseball bat or if it's a flat shredder. It's what the player wants. So, there's limitations. This is why the design process is so important, and knowing what you want to play with and how you want to play and what you expect to feel, the neck to feel like, is very important. So a player that knows what he wants is going to be the best customer, right? Or the best person to build the guitar for.
Yeah. I think...
So, I don't think we ever got an answer to the most unexpected thing that's ever happened on your stream.
Unexpected. The most unexpected thing that happened to me...
Sorry, Paul.
So there was two questions. I think the funniest thing that ever happened was...
Yes.
I think the funniest thing that ever happened was somebody raided the stream, and it was a stream. I think they raided me by mistake, by accident, and it was an adult only stream.
Oh dear!
It had some pretty sketchy sort of content, and my conservative American friends all found it a bit of a laugh. It was quite funny. The strangest things that's happened is being rated by someone with 30,000 people watching them.
Yeah.
That was strange.
Wow.
They've gone there to pick someone and they've clicked me, who was underneath by mistake, clearly. Needless to say, that 28,500 viewers
failed.
Quickly went to 35 viewers in about a minute. But,
that's gold. That's gold.
God bless him.
Well, Paulie was lucky enough in his stream the other night. He was in his Paul T cooking stream, and he got rated by a fellow the other night. Talk about that one, Paulie.
I was doing my first Paul T Cook's stream, and was not even remotely prepared for anything that might eventuate. I thought I'll get maybe 10 or 15 people who will, the hardcore viewers from the Paul T Entertainer channel, and did a cooking stream and was rated by Mr. Sark. Mr. Sark commonly has
Mr. Sark.
anything from 1,500 to 2,500 viewers. Wow. I was rated with 700 viewers. And didn't have a stream manager set up, had no idea, not the vaguest idea what was going on, which was very evident in the stream. Metal, you have your hand up.
Yeah, Metal knew.
That was my fault because I wasn't around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you weren't even there. That's right.
I wasn't even in there to help with it.
So I'll take that one. I'm actually watching, and Tiger Hair's my better half is going, "Hey Billy, do you know that Paul just got rated with 800 people?" I've gone, "Yeah, whatever." Anyway, I'm flicking across, looking at my phone. She goes, "No, seriously, he's got 750 viewers." I went, "What?" Shit!
Yeah, and Paul had zero idea that had
zero idea.
Not the vaguest idea.
I'm mashing the raid emote, going hard in the channel, trying to get his attention.
All I was doing was scrambling to try and find out who is it that's rated me so that I can say thank you. But it is an intimidating thing when you're not expecting it. But you've been around the block a few times, Manny. I'm sure a big raid these days would not rattle you anywhere near as much as it used to.
No, half the time I don't even notice the raid is. We've got a cowbell. There's a cowbell in my workshop that I ring just to please a couple of people that like the sound of the cowbell. But there's also a cowbell alert to snap me out of it because I'm so focused on it that I don't realise that there's been a 500 person raid or someone's just bought 20 gifted subs or something. So the cowbell saves me every time. My mods are quite funny.
The one time I've had someone that had the similar thing, nowhere near as big as you guys. I had like 200-300 people come in from a raid from somebody who I was hanging out with, and I literally sat there on stream whilst I was trying to drive a truck, and my brain just went,
Nah.
like it made the old dial-up tone, and I'm just like,
9600 forward modem. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and I'm sitting there going,
56K.
I'm supposed to do something here. Welcome in, everybody.
Without jumping too far ahead, Billy, do you want? Where are you at with the questions, mate? I don't want to jump over the top of you.
I was going to go with what's the most misunderstood guitar myth that you hear all the time?
Yeah, that'd be cool to hear.
Misunderstood guitar myth.
Hmm.
Probably, I don't know if it's misunderstood, but the most common one is that when you're making electric guitars, you've got players that are potential buyers or customers say, look, my electric guitar's got a sound that, it's all about the tone wood. It's an electric guitar. You could use a concrete slab; it'll sound the same as a mahogany. The most misunderstood thing is electrics and the sound, that the importance of tone woods in electrics. Now, don't get me wrong, you need some properties, but pretty much, unless you're a cyborg or a trained ear, you're not going to pick up the differences.
See, one of the ones that I've always that's always been instilled in me is that the denser the wood, the more sustain you'll get, blah blah blah.
The heavier,
Well, look,
the thicker the neck.
It's about speed of delivery of the vibration, right? So dense wood, hard woods are denser than soft woods, right? They've got a tighter matrix. They're harder. The vibrations travel faster. That's all it is, speed of vibration. But I've made softwood guitars out of pine that ring for days. It's
and who's to say you can't put a piece of balsa, make a guitar out of a piece of balsa wood, and then throw a Sustainiac in it? It'd probably do the same thing, right?
you could do that.
Or maybe not quite. Maybe not. I'm really pushing the envelope. But
you are, but the concept is correct. Conceptually, you're right. Conceptually, you're right. And even acoustic guitars, you could use anything and make an acoustic. It'll play, but acoustics are more nuanced. You've got tonality, you've got EQ, you've got mid-range, highs, lows. It's much more of a finesse, and that's where it really matters, right? That's where rosewood and I'm about to start making a Western red cedar body and sides acoustic. So that's gonna be like, that's gonna be a bell ringer, that one. So I'm looking forward to that. But the acoustics is where it really matters. Electrics, most people complain about electrics. It doesn't sound good. Well, your amp's shit, or your pedals are not set up right, or something, because it's not the wood, it's not the guitar.
Oh, you haven't got a decent pickup in it. I was going to say, Manny, and I've completely lost track of what I was going to say.
Have another whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. No, more about the acoustic guitar versus the electric guitar scenario. I'm 100% with you. I've got electric guitars that vary in price from $500 to $5,000. And the difference between them is minuscule if you were to take the pickups from those guitars and interchange them. But the acoustic guitars that I own, that's a very, very different scenario. And you're mentioning about cedar. So my first really quality acoustic guitar was a Maton Bicentennial from 1988, and my dad was actually a Maton dealer. He had a small music shop that he opened about 4 hours every day, and he'd sold everything from George Goller hollow-bodied electric guitars,
beautiful,
to Maton Southern Stars, and I ended up with a Bicentennial. But to try and cut to the chase, the timbers used made a huge difference. But as a player who typically has a guitar plugged in, I have been, again, it becomes about the pickup. I've played Martins, really expensive Martins with Fishman pickups in them and didn't care for them. I played Taylor acoustics and didn't necessarily care for them, but I have been, I guess, conditioned over the years with AP4 to AP5 to AP5 Pro to AP5 mic pickups. Just interested in your take on that whole that whole thing, because as a musician performing regularly in front of audiences, to me the most important thing is, what does the guitar sound like plugged in? And there's a very, very, very big difference between how a guitar performs plugged in versus its acoustic or resonant qualities. And I'm a big fan of Gibson acoustic guitars, that big, fat, round acoustic guitar sound. So I'm interested in your take on that, Manny.
That's a great question, because I look at it two ways, depending whether it's electric that I'm talking about or an acoustic. So for an electric, people say, it's the pickups, that's what's going to give you the. I get a feel of how an electric's going to sound by playing it unplugged. So picking up on the resonance, on how much the body vibrates physically, because that's going to translate to pickups and noise and vibration getting picked up and amplified. Now, with an acoustic, this is the irony, Paul. With an acoustic, you can tell how good an acoustic is by playing it when you build it. Once you get a pickup into it, oh wow, you've just changed its whole. It's the one that's going to change personalities the most.
Yeah,
and you probably know that, right? Because acoustics, to me, I would rather play it in front of a Shure directional mic than put a pickup in it. Yep. I'd rather mic it up properly and get a sound guy to set me up with the right scoops, and that's going to get the true amplification of an acoustic. Because what you're doing there is taking the purity of the acoustic build and amplifying it, as opposed to putting a pickup in and changing its sound altogether.
Yep. Yeah, no,
that's actually really cool,
Manny.
That's a really coul answer.
I think it's exactly the answer that I would expect from a luthier, from somebody who's building guitars, because it is, and that's where I guess you're conflicted as a performer. And I don't build guitars. I'm privileged to have my dad build me guitars. But my prerequisites when it comes to what I'm looking for from a guitar, it's about playability. So in acoustic, that is really, really important. So can you make it so that it plays as easily as possible and has a great plugged-in sound? Because at the end of the day, my audience are listening to my acoustic guitar through both a processor and then a PA system. They're not listening. It's not practical to use microphones to amplify that acoustic sound. In a studio, that's ideal. That's exactly what you do. But as a live performer, that is I guess that's the holy grail. And the pickup combined with the build of the acoustic guitar is paramount. That's what it's all about, and really important. And again, really interested in your thoughts on how that works for a gigging musician.
Yeah, so for a gigging musician, yes, I understand and completely concur with that view, because practicality of it means that you're going to be amplified rather than through a mic. You're going to have a pickup. Where I find it important is, just as important as that beautiful top on that acoustic, is the cabinet around your speaker box. Okay, so
that's a good point.
Your amp is going to complement your acoustic guitar more than players know. It's more important to have the right wood and space and air traveling through that amplifier head, that cabinet, to give back to the acoustic what the piezo or bar pickup take away from it. You know what I mean? It's a really fine balancing act. So the woods, and that's why you get amplifiers for acoustics. You don't just plug into a Marshall or a Peavey. You've got to get really specifically sized, dense tone sizes, air volume for acoustic. I think acoustic amps and cabinets are more important than electric ones.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I have a question. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was just going to say thank you, Manny, because that's it's an incredibly complex and it's a topic. It's a minefield of all sorts of different things, factors that come into it. So I really appreciate your viewpoint. Billy, go your hardest, man.
We could do almost a 60-minute segment just on that one question alone, probably. And I honestly, at some point, I'd love to have you back, Maddie, to actually do an expose on that, because I think I'm not sure whether the mashup's the right forum for it, but certainly I think. It would be really interesting from a stream perspective anyway. I think the next question that I've got, I'd like to actually maybe turn it a bit, and you'll see where I'm going with this. The question is, what's overrated gear versus underrated gear right now? And I'd like to maybe take that and turn it on its head just slightly. We all know Grover tuners and Goto tuners, and we all know the name brands, the Wilkinson, tremolos and the Floyd Roses, etc. But we've got so much gear flooding the market in terms of Temu and Alibaba and all the rest of it in these instances. Have you heard of some gear that's maybe more affordable that people might have gone, oh, that's just utter crap, I wouldn't buy that, versus the upmarket Goto and Grover, etc., etc., etc. Is there anything on the market at the moment that you've seen in terms of, from a luthier's perspective, that looks like really good value for money and maybe coming out and emerging at the minute?
So that it's a big market, and there's lots of trash out there and lots of high-end stuff.
Indeed.
So what you want to do is find something that's cost-effective and functional. Now, the key there is, when you look at something like a tuning peg, it has one function, okay? Holding the string and keeping tune, not slipping. If it does that, you're halfway there. It doesn't matter if it's a no-name brand or if it's a Grover. But one brand that I'm not sponsored by these guys, so disclaimer. There's a company called Geiker, Guyker. They are 50-50. They're getting better. And they are improving enormously every release. Like, I'll order a Geiker set of tuners a year ago, and they were like $60, which is a reasonably cheap price. They were okay. They were passable. Compared to this year, they might be a little bit more expensive, but they're infinitely better in terms of quality. So their QA is improving. That's one manufacturer, whoever owns that company and produces those, is starting to get their act together.
Yep. I bought a Geiker set only recently to put in a particular build that I was doing for a friend of mine, and I thought, I only bought them because I thought $54. What have I got to lose, right?
Yeah.
What have I got to lose? Even if they're crap, if they're crap, what does it matter? I can throw them out, right? But they actually turned out interesting. I didn't end up using them only because they didn't quite fit the neck quite right, and look, it just didn't quite work out right. But interestingly, they were a lovely looking tuner.
That's got Geikers. They're locking tuners. Yeah. They're a copper finish because he likes that rustic steampunk sort of country. Yeah,
nice.
They look awesome, Manny. I've ended up with some Geiker. I tipped my Les Paul over and broke one of the buttons off the tuning keys. So I bought some Geiker replacement tuning keys for it, 8-into-1 locking tuners in the vintage Shallow style, and with the tulip buttons, and mate, they are absolutely sensational.
They do,
for
they're
that
really
money.
good. For the value, you won't get better value for money than that.
And
Yeah, and
I think
they're,
we're spoiled. We're
they're,
spoiled.
they're available everywhere now. Yeah.
We're spoiled with it when it comes to accessories, and I'll say that I'm very careful because nothing can replace the knowledge and the skills of a luthier when it comes to building a guitar. But if you were to buy a kit, and Billy, you relate to this, if you buy a kit and you are perhaps you're somebody who's played guitar for some time, you buy a kit, you can interchange parts and come up with a guitar that is absolutely sensational at the end of that build. And I'm interested in your take on that, Manny, because as somebody who's currently assembling a parts caster using some Warmouth stuff and some help from our friend Mr. Orby, Greg, building a guitar. Interested in your take on that, because I think we've never been in a better position. If you want to buy parts and assemble, do the parts caster type of situation, we've never been in a better position in terms of the quality of what we can get our hands on, and the ease of putting something together is incredible.
Yeah. So for me, it's being someone that loves guitar and legendary guitarist. If it's good enough for Eddie Van Halen, it's good enough for anyone.
Yep.
I mean, he essentially played a part caster. He's Franken.
Mate, he made the first parts caster, really, didn't he?
He was blowing holes in it with a chisel and a hammer, making the pickups, changing the angle.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for him, and again, Eddie tells you he didn't use pedals. He plugged into his amp. It was all his fingers, his strings, and his amp. That's all it was. So for me, it's like go for your life. If you want a kit, if you think kits are worthwhile, yes, they're cost effective. Yes. It's a bit hit and miss with some of the neck pocket fits. You're going to get, but they're getting better. Warmouth are a good brand, obviously well known, and there's lots of other ones. And someone actually said to me, "Why don't you make a kit?" Oh, it's not me. I don't want to do that. Other people do it really well. I don't want to tread in that market space because I'm not going to get anything out of it, and I don't think I can do it better than they are. They're already doing it well enough. No. So for me, but by all means, Paulie, that's the way to do it. If you're a player that wants to build something that feels right for you and you know what you want, what better way? I mean, it takes me back to my first build. I built it because I wanted to build myself a guitar. Every player should at least experience that once.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to have the tools or knowledge to carve their own neck, but put one together for God's sakes. See how it goes.
Yeah. I must admit, and Paulie's alluded to the fact that I've bought a couple of kits recently and done a couple of quick jobs for some friends, right? And in fact, my grandson, I put together a kit for him and modified it, basically customized that guitar to fit a Carlton themed AFL guitar for him because and it turned out really, really well, right? The first one was a kit guitar that Paulie provided me, and I wound up, taking the top off it, chambering it out for one of the local 7-year-old autistic boys here, and I applied the trade with some poplar veneer and put together a really nice Resta mod. But I'm really keen to get my hands into, and I've done the whole, watching Orby and then checking on the frets to make sure that they're right. And the good thing is, artists make a nice kit. I'm only going to say I bought 2 of their kits, and I have another guitar of theirs in my stable. But yeah, their kits are as nice as the cars that come off their front line. So, it's wonderful to hear from your perspective that it's all about it's what you want out of it, right? It's what you, the player, wants. It's not about who makes the best guitar. It's a bit like, why pigeonhole yourself because nobody quite makes the guitar that you want, right? And I think there was one question here. I think, what is it? Is it what matters more these days, hands, ears, or gear?
I don't know if it's more these days, but from my perspective, it's always been hands.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Doesn't matter
good.
if
I'm
you
glad.
can't hear. Doesn't matter if you can't hear. Doesn't matter what gear you've got. If you can't
Yep.
play, if you
Yeah.
can't, if you
Yeah.
can't caress that string on that fret the right way with the right pressure and the right feel. Eddie Van Halen, no pedals.
Yeah,
Angus Young,
exactly.
no pedals, but they've got signature tones. Why? Because they can massage that girl and do whatever at their fingertips, do whatever they wanted to do.
I think Paulie's got a guitar out for us to have a look at.
No, I'm holding this. I'm holding this for one very, very, very specific reason. Manny would be familiar. This is an MS 2000 Maiden master sound. But it also has my initials at the 12th fret, and this guitar was built, funded at my 40th birthday by some very, very generous people who helped me out with getting this built. There's something very, very special, and this is I'm holding this one because it is one of those guitars. There's something very special about having a guitar that is designed and built for you to your specifications. And although this was a stock standard MS 2000. When I inquired, what I ended up with was very, 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 very customised, and this has a Ghost piezo bridge system in it, two of the JB pickups in it. I love this guitar. Tassie Blackwood veneer top, but I guess where I was going with it was there's something very, very, very special about having a luthier design, and Andy did this in conjunction with me at Maiden, having a luthier work with you to design and build, effectively what may be your dream guitar. So I'm sure you've done this already, Manny, on multiple occasions, but your take on that, the whole custom build thing.
Yeah, absolutely, that's what we focus on. So for me, it's Melos custom guitars. As I said earlier, I don't want to make you a Stevie Ray Vaughan copy, an SRV copy, put SRV stickers on it. And what I want to do is I want to take the player on the journey as part of the design process. What do you want? I built a really unique guitar for a lady in the US, a Telecaster, hollow body, with a beautiful top on it, lots of abalone, cherry blossoms. So the F hole was shaped like, she loved cherry blossoms.
Oh, she did.
And she has it. Willie. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Lisa's guitar.
Yep.
She has a huge koi carp pond, a Japanese garden. So I built the F hole to look like a Japanese cherry blossom, and the blossoms were made of pink abalone shell. The back was a bonsai inlay.
It was stunning guitar.
With timbers outlining the branches, the leaves, and the trunk. That's what I'm about, Paul. The more personalization you put into a guitar, I love the artistic and creativity and personalization part of it as much as the playable instrument. And especially if you're building it for a player, you want them to, you know what it's like when you play guitar that plays well, it becomes part of you. It's physically, it sits on your hip nicely. Your hands, the neck is non-existent. It's like butter. So not only is the instrument part of your body, but you want it to be part of your psyche as well. So those elements add to that personalization, make it even more so part of you than it would be just by playability alone. So personalization, things like initials, patterns, themes, color schemes, kooky colors, kooky finishes, metal, wood, brass, bronze, stone, whatever elements the universe has thrown us, you could throw into it. If that's what the owner wants, that's what we work with. Right? It all works. It all works.
It strikes me as being one of those really cool things about being as you are a boutique guitar builder.
Correct.
Is that you're
That's
able
the reason
to
it makes it,
the
reason we're boutique is because we do shit like that,
Exactly. You're able to create things that people have in their heads, and that's my. And again, I have to refer to Dad. Talking to Dad about guitars, I will come up with an idea, and then he will make that idea into a physical piece of of equipment, which is an amazing thing. And then, so that's the connection between you as a musician, or even if you're an aspiring guitarist who wants to have a guitar built for them. Hooking up with a boutique luthier, somebody like yourself, Manny, says everything. You're ending up with a unique instrument that is designed for you. It's voiced for you, and the blood, sweat, and tears, and the love that goes into building that instrument is there's no measure, no financial measure that can calculate what that's worth. And I know this from multiple musicians, guitarists that I know who've had guitars built for them. It's an incredibly special experience, and I recommend it to everybody. And I also recommend that you speak to Manny about that.
Thanks, Paul.
Indeed.
Yeah, look, one thing I pride myself on is that even though I have signature models and half a dozen models that I tend to focus on, not one build is going to be like any other build. They're going to be unique. Okay,
Yep.
Whether it be the finish, whether it be the color, the wood, it might be bunya pine, but there's going to be some kind of kooky. Oh, look, my guys are here. I've got to show you my guys.
Hello.
Oh,
hello.
That's Juji. Where's the other guy? He's coming
the
up. as well.
boxes.
Yeah, they're boxes.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Hello.
So basically, it's about the unique. Every one of them is absolutely unique, and part of that boutique design and art. So remember one thing, Paulie, you've got musicians and you've got luthiers. Luthiers don't necessarily play guitar. Musicians don't necessarily make guitars. One thing that should be common between two is they're both artists.
Absolutely.
That's where they find common ground in the art. And so you've got to cross over those art boundaries and meld those two artistic disciplines together and form something really unique and beautiful. And that's why I like to include the player, because he's an artist. He knows what it's like to think artistically, and that's important. That's really important.
It gives you creative license, right?
Absolutely, but
Yeah, exactly.
who's to say that that's going to always be the same? It's never going to be the same.
No, not at all. But you've got to be building something that the person that you're making it for wants, right? And obviously, if it's not quite right, you work through it to make it what it is. Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's a great point. Most of the experiences I've had with people is they have a clear vision, and as we progress, that vision tends to shift into uncharted or unexpected territories. And you know what? The result is what was meant to be. It was like,
funny that you say that, because one of the questions that we've got here is, are there any builds where you've been going down a design line that have skewed way out west where the rain don't fall, and you've wound up with this amazing outcome where you just never thought you would have gone in the beginning?
Yeah, from a body shape perspective, no. But there's been times where I've gone down the path of building something with a particular end picture in mind, and then towards the end, I've done something that says, well, it's changed it now, and then we're going to bind it now. We're going to add double binding. Just out of the blue, stuff it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to add, and it's ended up better than I thought. So
It's awesome.
I haven't actually started building, say, something like an Explorer, and it's ended up being a V or anything like that. I generally have been at least competent enough to keep the basic pattern or shape maintained right through to the end. But it's all about the artistic side is what changes the most. As the days and the weeks and the months sometimes progress into the build and get towards the finish line, there's all these little ideas floating in, and the magic is being able to know you haven't gone too far yet to be able to incorporate them if you want to. So it's about timing. It's about, can I slip that color in? Sometimes I've actually stripped the whole lot off. I've had a clear coat on it, and I've gone back to bare wood and said, I'm not painting this anymore. I'm going to use an oil, and I'm going to give it a natural burst and just leave it in a satin finish. So I've done
Yeah,
that.
nice.
There was a guy in the Southern Highlands. I built his daughter a beautiful Strat that I wanted to keep when I finished of it because it's probably the best Strat I've ever built. It was awesome, but she wanted it painted white, and
I think I remember that one. Yeah.
it was painted white.
It was
awesome.
white. Yeah.
And then she said, "Oh, I'm not so sure about the white." So what did I do? Stripped it all. It was beautiful Queensland maple. Found out that there was enough flame in it when I oiled it. It really popped. Gave her a burgundy stain and oil, and she took it and she went, "Oh my God, this is better than I ever imagined." So that was enough for me. That was some things are meant to happen, right? You know,
there
it's
you go, right?
process.
It's meant to be.
So
So
Billy,
you alluded. Sorry,
sorry,
mate, you go.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Billy. I am desperately in need for a bathroom break. Can I let you?
That's all right.
Do
I've
that?
got a bunch of questions that I still want to ask Manny.
I'll be back.
we
Carry
will
on.
excuse you, kind sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the lemon tree. Yeah.
The interesting thing was, Manny, you said earlier that your stream caters to an overseas viewership.
Yep.
How is the Aussie guitar culture different from overseas? How do you find that? What's your take on it?
From my experience, the Aussie culture is Aussies know what they want. Americans do too, but Aussies tend to not be focused on individualism. They want a Telly or a Fender or a Les Paul.
Yeah. Okay.
They're very much in tune with mainstream, rather than. Whereas the Americans know their mainstream really well, but they like to look at some of the bespoke stuff too, more than the Aussies. Now, the other reason, of course, one of the reasons my audience is mainly northern hemisphere is the time that I stream.
Yeah.
It's midday in Australia.
Yeah.
Which is when I have a break enough from my day job to do it.
Yeah.
And of course, it's peak hour 7 p.m., 8 p.m. in the US.
Evening. Yep.
So it's their primetime TV, and a lot of people turn off the TV and watch me, which is it blows my mind. But that's how hardcore they are. When they get onto something they like, they really, really like it. It's great. Having said that, my lifestyle at the moment doesn't cater for me to do an evening stream to cater for Aussies. So for me, it's about the using YouTube to take the live streams into summarized video replay packages and letting the Aussies deal with it in their own time, as a post item.
Well, I hope our stream has given you a vehicle to get some more viewership, mate.
I'm sure it has, mate. I'm sure.
Yeah, indeed.
And for those of you who haven't seen already, just the links for Manny stuff comes up in the chat, guys. So feel free to click on it and give him a follow. I know I've said it a few times tonight, but I had a few new people come in. But please head on over and see Manny and in the Guitar Show Oz.
Tell me, Metal, have there been any more questions from the chat?
I'm open to
There hasn't been a lot, but there's been a few comments. Like Bullet Try, and Jesse Troy said, I would say to a comment that Manny was talking about before about distinct tones and things. He said Dave Grohl has a distinct tone. I think a lot of musicians have a very distinct tone too. I've had the pleasure, and we're talking about this before the stream. I've had the great pleasure of working with, not working with, but like being able to hang out with different musicians over the years. One of them being Pete Northcote from here in Australia. If you know Pete, he has a very distinct tone. Paul and but Steve Ford from overseas. So, I guess the question for you, Manny, would be, when you got someone helping with or looking for a guitar and they kind of know what they want, do you find it easy to be able to find the tone in a guitar that you want to build, or is it just more of the tone that comes from the guitar you build? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you foresee the tone, or is it the tone after it's built?
No, you can foresee it. Okay, you base your tonality on the timbers and the size and the shape and the density of the timber and on what you use. That's going to give you a specific tone. Also, the pickups in electric, it's all about pickups. If I get Mr. Glenn's Cruel Mistress, which is his vintage Telly pickup set, my favourite in the world, That will give.
Rule
I know
mistress.
I'm going to get that tone in every telly model I make, regardless
Yeah.
of timber. But having said that, that's only half of the equation. The signature or the tone or the flavor of a tone is up to the player's hands, right? It's how they play.
Of course, yeah.
Dave Grohl's got a 335, that blue, ice blue thing. He plugs it
Yeah.
into a Randall or a Marshall or whatever he's using these days, and he still sounds the same because he plays a certain way. He hits the strings, string gauge, picks, strum pattern.
There's so many different things.
Finger style and pressure. All that makes a difference. But I can gauge what the tonality is going to be for two reasons. One, I'm building a guitar with certain parameters, and then the bell curve on that is quite tight. They're going to fit somewhere pretty close, right? To the thing. So if I say mahogany body, mahogany neck, rosewood fretboard, or ebony fretboard, and I get P59 pickups, it's going to sound like a Les Paul. I mean, that's a good one. But having said that, I look for modalities and modes that tweak it slightly to give it a bit of personalization. But again, it depends how the player plays as well. That helps me determine.
Of course.
If someone says, I want it to be really, really hot, I play a lot of death metal or dark metal or whatever, and I want it, but hang on a second. It doesn't need to be off the charts. It can be this because of the way you play, and you play through. What kind of amp do you play through? What do your pedals look like? I've got to consider all that. If I'm going to build an instrument that promises a tone, how do I gauge that? I've got to know what I've got to play with, and that includes his kit, his stage kit.
What's his effects chain look like? You know?
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the only other question I think I had actually was from a while ago would be because we've had people saying comments. I grew up in a family of some musicians. My father used to play guitar, then he gave it up, and then my uncle was a big musician, working with in school as a school teacher and doing little shows and things around where he lived. And my brother's an audio engineer, so he's picked up all that kind of stuff. Now, I've had the lucky bit of with my brother. He plays a lot of bass and guitar. Have you ever been asked to build a bass guitar for somebody?
Yes, absolutely.
And how many strings was it?
4 and 5. I built 2. So 4 and 5.
Yeah, nice.
The thing with bass guitars, the challenging thing there is depending on the player's tastes. It's the tension on those big heavy strings and the reinforcement in the neck. Okay, it's more mechanics when it comes to a bass. It's all about mechanics. I've got a beautiful Camphor Laurel hollow body bass through neck that I'd love to show you. Can I grab that in a minute? Can I?
I would love to see it, guys. I'm a fan of Camphor Laurel. Is it passive or active?
It's
let me grab it first.
It's passive.
I'm going to say, Billy,
passive. Nice.
Because the main reason I was asking the question is because I think one of the most unique guitars my brother has, and I know I've told Paul this one before, and I think I've told you this too, Billy, but for everyone else out there, my brother loves unique sounds in guitars and has a nice collection of guitars and basses. And I think one of my favorite ones I've ever heard was him playing or managing his hands on a green and gold sparkled 12-string TP Waterhouse bass.
12-string bass.
12-string
and he
bass.
picked it up from
It's insane.
A 12-string bass.
Yeah.
a 12-string bass.
So this thing is is
Oh,
chambered.
wow.
It's a neck through laminated neck. So we've got Australian rosewood and maple. all the way through.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
We've got silky oak for the body. It's chambered,
Yep.
and we've got the camphor laurel cap.
Oh, that's stunning. That is stunning.
For you weren't here for this, Manny, but the reason I asked the question is the most unique bass my brother owns is he has a original gold and green flexed TP Waterhouse 12-string.
Nice.
And it's the same bass they used in Cheap Trick and also on a few of the songs from a few other bands.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was, and he managed to find that for an absolute bargain of $300
I just googled that. I just googled that. Oh my god, I can't believe that he got it for a song.
Manny,
Wow.
that guitar is absolutely gorgeous. Just
it's
drop
stunning.
dead
That
gorgeous.
bass is amazing, mate.
Stunning.
Appreciate it. I do like the wow factor. If it's done tastefully and uniquely, it adds something to the guitar. I mean, a lot of I'm not one for saying, it's a $5,000 or a $10,000 Gibson, it must be good. No, it could be a $300 Squire. I've got a $350 Squire in cupboard that I bought in 1995, a Korean Squire. It's one of the best playing Strats I've ever had. It's awesome.
I've got to tell you, I've got a $410 Squire that I've got custom shop 54s and American Strat running gear in that's the same. It's my favourite. It's one of my favourites. Well, actually, until I got my latest relic artist.
Well, look. What was the other? Do you have any other questions at the moment, Bill?
I do, mate. I'd like to go back to your stream for 1 minute. Let's call back. Let's crawl back to the stream.
The reason I'm asking the question is just as a heads up. It's just coming on 10:30 now. So.
I know, and we've still got so many questions. But look, let's put it this way. Let's go back to your stream just quickly. There's a couple of quick questions to the end, and if you want to take it a bit over time, Manny, if you've got the time, we'd love to maybe chat on for a bit. But how would you describe your chat in 3 words?
Let me think about that.
What's he thinking about it?
Let's give him 10 seconds of think music. But
I would say a lot of the chat is double entendre. There's a lot of tongue. Or let me just say tongue in cheek.
Tongue in cheek. Beautiful. 3 words. Tongue in cheek. Love it. Love it.
There's a lot of stuff I say that flies over their heads.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I say that slaps them in the face. So it's either way, and that's the way that's how we roll.
What is that?
It's like, how busy are you, Manny? How busy? Flat out like a lizard drinking.
Oh yeah, there's that one. Flat out as the lizard drinking.
That's it. So what's a chat comment or a moment that still makes you absolutely roll in the aisle laughing?
There was one where they were talking about Trojans, and it's in the video.
It's in the video clips. Yeah.
I said clearly these aren't the Trojans we're looking for, quoting a Star Wars.
But in fact, that the most amazing part of that, I wanted to bring that up actually because it's a Star Trek moment, not a Star Wars moment. And I wanted to say, I'm waiting for a T-shirt. I've got this T-shirt that I want to buy that's got a Dalek from Doctor Who, and it actually says, "I love R2-D2 and everything he did in Star Trek." So I can offend 3 different lots of people at the same time.
No one can offend 3 lots of people like Futurama when they made the jokes about poker, chess, solitaire, and a few other things all in one comment.
All in one comment, I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm famous for my rants. I even have a rant emote.
I told you, Paulie. I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Sometimes someone says something, and I go, you know what? I'm just gonna milk this, and I run with it, and then I just pull out just before I offend everybody. I just stop. And it's a bit of and Terry's got the rant emote going crazy.
She has going off tap.
And the Yanks love that shit. They love it. They go, it's like. Rant, yeah, this is beautiful. Let's have a rant stream, just a stream where you just rant about everything, about what you bought today, about how expensive life is, about politics, about What I also do is keep all that stuff out of the mainstream, right? Because everyone's got their opinions, but we're not there for that. So I do rant just for a bit of a laugh, but that's about it.
One of the things that I loved was that as you work through your 400 grit to 12,000 grit.
There's a whole culture.
You've built a culture around the colour. All right, I love it how you go. And what colour's next, Terry? And then next you go, it'll be poo brown or it'll be blue. Well, and I don't know the numbers. I'm sorry, I wish I did, but I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Terry's an accountant, so she's good with numbers and she loves that sort of OCD stuff. And I always tell her, I always have a go about her OCD, and she agrees. But Dana's the one that challenged herself to come up with 1,000 commands. So every time.
Oh, wow.
We're up to about 700 or something. So every time we come up with something like that. For example, what's the next grit, Terry? 400 grit. There's a command for 400 grit.
Yeah.
There's a command for 600 grit. Command for 1,200 grit. And then you've got people like Rage Guitars.
Yep.
And he hates 12,000 grit. He goes, no 12K. There's an emote for no 12K. There's a command for no 12K. Just to get him.
Yeah.
We've taken it to ridiculous levels.
Rage hates it.
Shenanigans, but that's why it's fun, because people just can let their hair down and have a silly time. That's what it's about.
And that was one of the questions. What part of the show do you enjoy the most? Is that part of it, or is all of it?
All of it. That's the most. I enjoy the interactions more than the building, because the building I've got to focus, and it means I have to take my focus away from the audience. So it's a bit isolating. What I love is when I have a break and they're going on about something and I just chime in and throw them a curly one, throw them an Aussie larrikinism, and then they just go off on a tangent. And that's
they do. Yeah, it is.
And ad lib is always the way. You can't plan that stuff. It just works out that way.
No.
In that respect,
sorry, you go.
The one that I remember I use a lot when I'm with my mates who drive trucks for American trucks in the game is one of the most common ones I say is when someone can't get it right, I just say, mate, you're as useless as tits on a bull.
They love that. They would go, what?
They do.
or
That's it.
Or an ashtray on a
ashtray on a motorbike.
or a submarine.
No, that's the submarine, Paul.
That's a lot. That's the fly screen.
Like fly screens. Like fly screens on a submarine. That's it.
Is there anywhere that you haven't taken the Oz Guitar Show yet that you want to explore? And I don't want you to give away too much, but is there any? Is there
ordered the fiver?
Is there any new stuff that we can stay tuned for? Oh, here we go.
And sub bomb from Luzella. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Manny. Thank you, Lou. You're amazing. You're just dropping them, and we've got all the people who we've got Bridesy, we've got Zamil, we've got Fermata TV, Firestone Rock Drums, The Real Retreat Boss. Thank you so much, Lou. You're a legend.
Thanks, Lou. Godfather Lou, at work again.
To answer the question, where I want to take it is, I'd love to do a Roselle Markets in Sydney where I do a live delivery. So people go to the markets, get a cubicle there, get a thing, and sit there and carve a neck. And
lovely
models.
Mate, you should stream that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, if I get my shit together and my mobile set up together,
yeah.
Well, I'm only a couple of suburbs away from you, mate, so I can always,
Well, we can liaise, mate. We can talk about it. Bring my people. I'll get my people to bring your people, and we'll sort something out.
That sounds like a great idea.
The other thing I want to do is get to a show that's on every so often called the Lost Trades Fair.
Sorry, the what? Sorry, the what?
Lost Trades. So it's a of lost trades, coopers, blacksmiths, luthiers,
cobblers. Exactly. Yeah. Cool.
Guys that make hats, all that sort of stuff. And I want to
farriers. Yeah. Milners. Milners. Sorry.
And horseshoe guys as well, right?
So farriers.
Turn up with a spoke shave and a couple of sharp knives and just build a guitar with
wow.
Lost Trade show. It happens all over the place. I think Melbourne, Hawkesbury in Sydney have it every now and then. Part of the Hawkesbury show. I think whenever it's up next, I'd be up for that. I think that'd be something else. And meet like-minded artisans that work in that lost sort of that old charm era. That would be something cool. That's where I want to take it. Just expand and just explore the possibilities. I don't have a plan to take I don't have a plan to have 5 million followers and this and that and the other. I just want to explore the possibilities and just share my love for guitar making with people. That's where I get the joy out of it. I mean, I do play a little bit, so I love writing music and playing as well. So I have the affinity with players. I know what it's like to be a player. I'm not a good player, but I know what it's like to be on the other side of the instrument. So
I think sadly you've just taken my next question. What do you hope people take away from the Guitar Show was? But thanks for that.
You can look. This is killing two birds with one
there's a
stone.
rack of guitars. They can take all those away.
Have you got?
He's racking them up.
Have you got ESPN? I mean, are you at ESP? So the last question: has streaming changed how you build guitars compared to how you've previously worked privately?
Absolutely not. No way. No. The only time it's changed anything is when I've got a 24-hour build, because you have to take not shortcuts, but you've got to limit the design elements, right? You've got to make it basic, because time is time. You can't change that. No, the guitar building, the only thing that's changed my guitar building is the quality of the output. It's just got to be better every time I do it. So I always strive to improve. That's not streaming. That's not streamed by streaming.
That's ethics.
Streaming. That's just the love of making, aspiring to make a perfect instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Paulie, do you have any questions in closing, mate?
I have about a billion questions for Manny, but I'm gonna leave that go, because I'm aware that not everybody on stream is a guitarist. But I'd like to say this in closing. I think that people like Manny exist because there are people who want to have a custom guitar built, whether it's an acoustic or an electric, and they want to have something that's built exactly as their conception in here. And guys like Manny being able to make that a reality, that is one of the coolest things in the world. There's nothing more special, I guess, as a musician, than having an instrument that is designed the way you would like it to be and built for you specifically. And that's where people like Manny and boutique guitar builders, they are the people you need to talk to. So if you're if you're a musician and you are in any way interested in having a guitar built that is exactly what you want, then a guy like Manny, and not a guy like Manny, especially Manny, is the guy you need to talk to. That's where I wanted to finish my contribution to questions and then whatever. So Manny, I take my hat off to you, brother. You are an amazing streamer, and I would encourage anybody who's looking to have a guitar built specifically for them to hook up and have a chat with you.
Thanks, mate. Can you hear me still? Because my camera.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, my camera's frozen up. Everyone's not.
Yeah.
No, we can see.
No, yours dropped out very briefly, but it's back now. And look, again, I'd like to absolutely second what Paulie has to say. If anybody on stream is looking to have a guitar built, or is even looking to get into lutherie, full stop, please get your laughing gear around Manny Mellos's streams, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I think you said they were Monday, Thursday, Friday,
something like that.
Midday. Look, I've been watching this wonderful gentleman for years, and thanks to COVID, I got to see a hell of a lot of you, dude. But all I can say is that he is an artisan, as Paulie has said before. He knows more than anybody, I think, that I know, apart from maybe Paulie and Orbiter and a few other people combined, about guitars. And certainly from what he's spoken about tonight, he's let us into some of the knowledge that he's willing to share with the rest of us. So please, if you get a chance, check out his stream. Thank you, Manny Mellos, for being on the show. I can't thank you enough, dude.
Mate, you already have. Thank you guys for having me on. It's been an honour. And, you guys are pretty cool. I've been following a few of you for a while too. So appreciate it, and let's do it again.
I think from the community, thanks, Manny.
That'd be awesome, man. And we'll be definitely reaching out the next time I'm in Sydney, dude. We'll be catching up.
Yeah, please do, mate. You know where I am.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, indeed.
Look, I thank you for the opportunity, and let's do it again, as I said. So have a good night, folks, and thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah,
thanks very much, Manny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Mellos.
Yep.
The Australian Guitar Show.
An absolute legend.
Mellos Guitars.
Yep, indeed.
There we go. Let's get to here.
So let's
Did the button get stuck?
The button's absolutely fine.
Well, Manny has left us.
Has he?
He has indeed.
Right.
Yeah, I think he has.
Then in that case, let's go here. I will decide in a minute. There we go.
I was gonna wait for it to finish that. Thanks everyone, Lou Vella, for the hype train, and thank you, Manny, for coming in, man. That was just awesome.
Absolutely.
And if those of you who want to catch up with us, we will be hanging around in Discord for a little bit after this. If you want to catch up for a chat like we usually do, we'll be in the lounge. But Paul, you said you look like you're about to say something. I sort of jumped in there.
No. I had nothing more to contribute other than when you said come in for a chat, I agreed.
Yeah,
awesome.
Definitely. Awesome. We love having a chat with you guys. And if you're new to the community, please find the Discord. It's here by this link, which I'm putting up now. There it is. So come and join the Discord if you want to read. There's also a link down below. Come and join us if you haven't already been there, and we would love to have a chat. There's no requirement for people to have their webcam on. Billy has just closed off his webcam.
No, I didn't. No, it's not.
Oh,
did I? I did too. Wrong window. Sorry.
What I wanted to say was a huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in, as always, and a huge thank you to Manny, because although I very rarely get to tune in and watch his streams, he is one of the more entertaining Australian streamers, and particularly in that makers and crafters, that
incredible
genre. Manny is absolutely a legend, and I applaud him. I can't say enough about how special it is to have somebody with his skills and talent available to people. So I implore you, if you are in the market for a guitar or would just like to have a chat about it, talk to Manny. He's the man.
Yeah, we have some wonderful people who we've been fortunate to be associated with, in terms of Greg Philpott from Orbiter Guitars and Manny Mellos from Mellos Custom Guitars. Yeah. Both of them are almost cut from the same thread, and it's rare to find an American and an Australian that are so close. But I swear that we would almost rate Greg as an honorary Australian. Hence Pelican.
Agreed.
But they're both very much cut from the same thread, that they want to share their knowledge with you. So if you've got an interest or a penchant for guitar building, guitar playing, you just want to know more about guitars in general, mate, you do yourself a favour.
Like just like listening to guitars.
Indeed. So we've got all of these streams. Make sure you get a chance to get along and schedule yourself in for some sessions, because these people are absolutely wonderful. You won't learn more. I've learned so much through these people over the last few years. It's been sensational.
If you guys want to find out more, we have a channel in Discord for all the people we've had in the show so far, and links to the channels in there. So please come and check that out. We loved every single one of the people that were there. Max is now almost like a central piece of furniture in our community. So
What do you mean almost? He is. I use him as a footstool every day.
Oh, no wonder he's got such a bad back, mate. But look, he's propping you up all the time. I mean, yeah, look, we've got a lot of people in, and this year's going to be a fun one again. So we're going to have more people in, more things coming, as we said before. If you want to hear more about it, come and join us in the Discord. But I think the next couple of weeks, Paul's going to be away. So Billy and I are going to be doing some stuff on the side to keep the channel going whilst Paul's away, whether it's we're too busy and too tired and we'll just stick up a rerun of our episodes from last year, or Billy and I getting up to some antics on behalf of Paul and doing things that Paul won't normally do. Then
maybe
come along and
gaming.
check us out. Yeah. So over the next couple of weeks, there's probably going to be a few ones. Yeah, that's right. So come and check it out. And when Paul gets back, we'll be back to our regular times and regular tuning and station. So we're looking forward to
what's the first week that we're actually looking to be officially back as the mashup, Paulie? When are you due back, mate?
I'll be back on. I fly back into Australia on the 10th of February.
Okay.
So let's call it the 12th to give it a couple of days. We'll still be in Melbourne, catching up with yourself, Billy, and with Riley, Bryce's son.
Indeed. Maybe I should come down and join you guys and take you guys out for dinner to the new Kingpin that's just opened.
Hello.
Hey.
Let's not just talk it. Let's do it. And we can do a live from Kingpin.
Mate, we can probably organise something like that.
Sounds good. I just got to say again a huge thank you to Manny taking the time out and to share his skills and knowledge and what he does. That is absolutely fantastic. So if you are currently watching the stream, whether you're active in chat or just lurking, please give a follow to our good friend Manny, the Australian Guitar Show. Can we get a
yeah, I'm already doing it, mate. Already doing it.
A link to the channel in chat. And I've got to say, I could have spoken to Manny for hours and hours and hours.
I'll flick you his mobile number, mate. It's all good.
Thank you.
So go click on that link, guys, and follow that. That's Manny's channel there.
Absolutely.
The Guitar Show Oz. You'll also see coming up throughout the show, there would have been links to his socials. I'll put the copy of those socials back in the Discord.
I just want to say one further thing, if I may. Thank you to everybody.
Of course, Bill.
Thank you to everybody who supported us through 2025, and please look out for a big 2026 because we got a few things that we're working on at the moment in the pipeline, and I think you'll find them a bit exciting. I think you'll find them a bit funny and a bit exciting.
I'm personally excited because Billy and I already talked about it, but Paul doesn't know yet.
Well, we got to put together a business plan for him so that when he gets back, we can share them with him, and he gets to tick and flick which ones we keep and which ones we throw. So
I think these are going to be great because one of the ideas I'm super keen about. I talked to Billy about the other night.
You can't let
no. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. But the idea is it's going to be all three of us involved in it, and I think it's going to be an absolute rip snorter. And thank you, and also things will follow. So.
Thank you to all our supporters. Thank you.
And thank you to everyone in the chat talking. Welcome in Lurk and Gherkin, the last thing. And welcome in JB again. But thank you to everyone for being here tonight. We're not going rogue just yet, Brown Bear. That'll be later in Discord. But yeah, look, thanks for tuning in, guys. Paul, do we want to go to the... Is this the screen we've made for our ending screen?
It is, I think. Yeah,
it is. This is credits, which doesn't have any credits, but hey.
Oh, well, that's something I'm actually putting on my plan to fix whilst you're away because I've actually made a full credit scene. So, thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. We're going to raid out in just a moment, unless anybody has any last questions from the chat whilst I'm doing this. Paul, a cardboard cutout. No, we're not going to have a cardboard cutout for Paul. We have something funnier involved.
Oh, hang on.
So it was,
I did have a cardboard cutout. What are you talking about, Metal? That was one of the ideas. Oh, sorry, was I not supposed
Billy,
to let that
you're
out?
not supposed to say it. I told you it was going to be expensive to print that thing out, all right?
Yeah,
I mean, my
no.
3D printer couldn't make a full-size Paul, all right? It kept
No,
telling me
I know.
Gary, not enough media. And then it was telling me that the hair was too fine.
No, well, the thing was, it didn't come up.
Nice.
Penis with ears is not allowed on this program or something.
That was the other one, yeah.
Okay.
So thank you very much for watching. We're gonna raid out now, and we'll catch you next week or the week after. Probably next week because Billy and I are pretty antsy to get our pants wet with this.
Well,
So,
we got a long weekend coming up, dude. So surely we can do some streaming over the weekend.
I reckon we'll. So keep an eye out on the intervals. You're going to be getting some pings from us in Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, you'll see us go live on this channel, and you can just come and hang out with us and chat with us. We're going to go and raid over to an Aussie streamer who's still live at the moment, and he did make a note about something saying early night, but we're going to go over and see him. He's someone that I follow and someone that I know. He's from the gaming community, a little bit different to what we've done tonight. Well, let's go over and say hi to Mr. Coco.
All right.
Mr. Coco is quite a engaging streamer, and I quite highly recommend him. And I do want to get him on the show at some stage, but let's head over and say hi. And thanks for watching, guys. So we'll see you all on the next stream. So, is there any last things, guys? We've got a couple of seconds before we raid.
Yeah, catch me
Well, that's
tomorrow
it.
night. Paul T. Cook's doing green papaya salad with Thai basil chicken
Nice.
on the side. Get into that, folks.
I reckon. All right, done. I'm just going to bring up the raid call if it's going to work. No, it didn't work. I had to fix that. Let's head over. Thanks for watching. See you all next week.
Cheers, folks.
Ciao.
Done. We're over and gone.
Please do an arc.